this is what you dream of as a little kid, playing in the backyard, just Game 7. You know, it doesn't matter what league it is. I think you know, you take pride as an individual. I know myself that I want to win at all costs, whatever it takes. It doesn't come around every year. You know, your Game 7s and the championship finals is very rare. So it's very exciting to be a part of it.
You're not excited or nervous, or you know, cannot get yourself to play this game for 60 minutes. You got a problem.
It's one game. I mean, anything can happen. I mean, you could go into overtime and have a dump in off the glass go in or something like that. So you never know what's going to happen in Game 7. You just got to go out there. You got to give it what you got. Don't sit back. I mean, the sun's going to shine tomorrow regardless, and just go from there.
We all know down deep in our hearts that we just got to come out and, you know, be really mentally focused. You know, because I think there's going to be a lot of distraction in terms of it being Game 7, and you know, the fans will be out there, and we just got to know in our hearts what we need to do. I think we do.
From the western shores of Lake Michigan, tonight's International Hockey League action from Chicago, Illinois is Game 7 of the 1998 Turner Cup Finals between the Detroit Vipers and the Chicago Wolves. And a very good evening, everyone. Alongside my color analyst, Mike Relay, I'm John Allers. Nothing more need be said than Game 7 of the Turner Cup Finals. You get this far, and all you can really do, Mike Relay, is look in the eyes of your teammates as you prepare to play in a game like this. The question that begs to be asked is, what do you see?
Well, you see many things. Among them, you see anxiety, you see nervous tension, and you see a little uncertainty. But in the same glance, you see confidence and a will to win. Less experienced players will look at their more veteran players for leadership, players that have been in big games and have won. Right now, John, they have nothing to save it for.
Both of these hockey clubs are chock full of veteran players who have been in big hockey games and won, not only at the IHL level, but as well at the NHL level. So the trends may not really mean that much. One trend that's hard to ignore in this series, however, Mike, Chicago has outshot Detroit in 5 of 6 games in this series. That puts the pressure squarely on a Game 7 trump card goaltenders, and so far, Jeff Reese has been on the hot seat.
Well, goaltenders in this league generally stop pucks at a 90% ratio. That's 9 saves on every 10 shots, and over the last 6 games in this series, the Chicago Wolves have outshot Detroit by 40 shots. You may not think that's a lot over a 6-game series, but when you consider the fact that only 1 goal separates these two teams during that same time, it really speaks volumes.
Well, we talked about what you see when you look into the players' eyes before a big game like this. We certainly saw intensity. As both teams were leaving the ice from their pregame warm-up with no officials on the ice, tempers flared as the clubs were going off. And for more on that, let's go downstairs to our Andrew Monaco.
Thank you very much, John. Yeah, as both teams were leaving, and remember here at the Rosemont Horizon that they must leave through the same tunnel where the Zamboni exits. Andy Bizo and Wendell Young got into a jawing match, and it escalated from there into a melee. Bizo and Crow for Detroit, Wendell Young, Scott Pearson, and Steve Martin is for Chicago. And like you said, there were no officials there. What added to that just a little bit was that both of the teams then came out of their dressing rooms and back up the tunnels. Then they left. Just to give you an idea, though, the Chicago Wolves and the security here has added a partition between the two teams as they come up the runways to the ice. If we doubted Game 7 was going to have an intensity, doubt no more. We haven't even dropped the puck. John?
Andrew, thank you. One of the people we saw in the middle of that in underwear was Kevin McGuire. He will be the referee for tonight's Game 7. Nothing more need be said in the Turner Cup Finals from Chicago on Fox Sports Net.
The IHL Finals are brought to you by Bud Ice and Bud Ice Light, the official beer sponsors of the IHL. Rogaine, extra strength for men. And by Bauer, leave an impression.
Welcome back to the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. A great crowd on hand on a Monday night for Game 7 of the 1998 Turner Cup Finals. Obviously, the series knotted at 3 games apiece, the first time in 13 years that it has gone to a 7th game. A delay in the start of tonight's game, partially due in part, I'm sure, because of the activities at the end of warm-up. We did see Kevin McGuire, the referee, out there between the two teams at the end of the melee, sending the teams off. And Mike, you speculated as to this might be the reason for the delay. delay.
Well, yeah, McGuire might be in the locker rooms right now, going to one, then the other, and saying, hey, this is what kind of game I expect, and I don't want any more stuff like that. But who knows? They have delayed the game, though. That's one thing we are sure of.
If you seek trends in a Game 7, we've got some for you. Andrew Monaco is ringside with that.
John, the Chicago Wolves may be on familiar ice, but they're in unfamiliar territory. Never in Chicago's postseason history have they played in the deciding game, whether it has been a Game 7 or a Game 5. As for the Detroit Vipers, they have played in 3 deciding games. They are 1-1 in Game 5, but in Game 7, they are 0-1. You have to go back 2 years, May 18th, 1996. Detroit at Orlando, and the Solar Bears beat the Vipers by a final of 5-4. But the next season, when the Vipers won the Turner Cup, and this year, the Vipers have not lost back-to-back games, and that was the last time that Detroit has lost 2 games in a row in the playoffs. That's a span of 43 postseason games. If the Vipers make it 44 games, they will defend the Turner Cup. John?
Andrew, thank you. That is over half a regular season, and much speculation has, over the years, been made as to the length of the regular season. But over 2 years, over 40 games without losing back-to-back games in the postseason. It is title week in Chicago, at least the fans would like to think so, on the heels of a basketball championship. A great crowd on hand on Monday night here for Game 7 of the Turner Cup Finals between Detroit and Chicago. We'll be back with more, including the opening face-off from the Rosemont Horizon on Fox Sports Net. John Ollers, Mike Greenlay, and Andrew Monaco at the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago as the lights are still down and we await the start of Game 7 of the Turner Cup Finals. The game was set to have begun by now, but because of a pre-game brouhaha as the teams were leaving the ice at the end of the warm-up, the game has been delayed, and we're going to take a further look now at what took place. It began between Wendell Young and Andy Bezo and escalated from there, Mike.
Well, Andy Bezo was down right where you see him, and then Wendell Young, and then Phil Crow came out on the ice. That's Phil Crow right there, and then on all the guys just kind of started pushing and shoving. The guys started spilling out of the locker rooms then, and the man in black there, that's John Blum, assistant coach. Then the assistant coach, Rich Crom, on the other side for Chicago. And eventually, you have so many guys out there that it's really hard to stop, and you just have to hope that the players stop themselves, which they eventually did as well when Kevin McGuire came out onto the ice and started shooing guys back to the locker room.
Well, Doug Baralt was out there for Chicago. He hasn't played in the series as yet. I believe that was Marinucci, who was underneath Brad Norton for Detroit, whom we do not expect to play tonight. So maybe some interesting decisions being made by Kevin McGuire, as Mike mentioned, whom we saw on the ice at the end of it all. And now for more, once again, here's Andrew Monaco.
John, Mike, what we were talking about at the beginning about the partition, this is what they've added between the tunnelways. The Vipers walk off the ice, and that's their dressing room off and to the left. The Wolves walk to the right, go around the corner. As soon as the melee ended, they got this security measure here. They put up this partition for the 2 teams. Very shortly, Detroit will be coming up, and they will be introduced onto the ice, and then the Chicago Wolves will be coming up. Very quickly did they get this measure in place, though, to partition these 2 teams, something we've not seen in the first 6 games of this series, but have been necessary for game number 7.
Well, one place they can't put a partition, Mike Greenlay, is on the ice. As you mentioned, the teams leave on doors that are about 10 feet apart. But once the teams do come back out onto the ice, there will be no partition. And now emotion becomes a question. Obviously, Game 7 is going to be emotional as John Anderson and his staff take the ice here and prepare for the introductions of their team as well as the Detroit Vipers. But at what point is it emotion, distraction, too much emotion to the point where you try to do too much, and maybe the game becomes more physical than either team really wants to see?
Well, in talking to John Anderson before the game, he said he wants his players to play with emotion. He says he's emotional and he likes to have the players play in the same way. But you're right. At what point does that emotion interfere with your hockey game? Because you still have to be composed and be emotional. We'll see how both teams react, because I think we haven't seen a very physical game yet in this series. I think you just might see one, especially in the first period here, as both teams try and set the tone as they come out.
Well, we still await the start of the critical Game 7 in Chicago between the Wolves and Vipers for the Turner Cup on Fox Sports Net. The scene is the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. Game 7 of the 1998 Turner Cup Finals between the Detroit Vipers and Chicago Wolves. It was 1 year ago tonight in Game 6 of the Turner Cup Finals that this championship was decided at the Palace of Auburn Hills, as Detroit defeated the Long Beach Ice Dogs in 6 games. So the longest season in IHL history for the second straight year. The Detroit Vipers prepare for their 105th game. That ties an IHL record for most games played in a regular season and postseason. For the Chicago Wolves, only 104 games this season. And let's look back at how we got to what is a critical and very intense Game 7 here tonight.
Well, you look how close these games have really been, except for Game 6. Every game was pretty much a one-goal game. You see a couple two-goal scores there, but they were empty netters and they came late. So up until Game 6, it really wasn't anything but a one goal a game series difference, and it has been tight throughout. Both teams winning and losing at their own style and at the opposition's team's style.
Well, Mike, word from downstairs is, from the pregame altercation, no penalties were called by referee McGuire. Kevin obviously trying to let this game be decided by the players. I was speculating as to whether there would be fines and suspensions, but that's pretty hard without any penalties, isn't it?
Well, and the thing is, no one was there really to see anything happen. McGuire, as we saw, came out afterwards. He was probably in there putting his skates on, getting ready for the game. All of a sudden, someone probably gave him the word as he heard the crowd maybe as well. There's Kevin McGuire coming up the ramp onto the ice, and he's the kind of referee that doesn't take any guff from anybody, and I don't think you'll see him do that in this game for sure.
He'll be assisted tonight by linesmen Mark Wilkins and Dave Cassidy. They may have their hands full for Game 7 in Chicago. The horizon is dark. The building will be lit up momentarily with a deciding game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the west end of the ice surface and welcome your 1997-98 Western Conference champion Chicago Wolves. But first, please welcome number 94, the Wolves mascot, Skates. Now get ready to meet the starting lineup for the Wolves tonight. Starting on defense, number 7, Bob Nardella. defense, number 21, Tom Tilley. At left wing, number 22, Scott Pearson. At right wing, number 33, Alexander Semak. At center, number 26, Steve Martins. And a goal for the Wolves tonight, number 35, Stefan Beauregard. Would you please welcome those to your 1997-98 Chicago Wolves. The Wolves head coach is John Anderson, his assistant Rich Crum, the trainer Kevin Pacer, the equipment manager Craig Hogan. The GM of the Wolves is Kevin Cheveldayoff, his assistant and director of hockey operations is G. Nubriaco.
Your Chevrolet starting lineups for Game 7. In goal to my right, Stefan Beauregard. 9-4 here in the playoffs, 284 goals against average, 3-3 in the finals, 304 goals against. On defense, Bob Nardell and Tom Tilley. Up front at center, Steve Martins. On the right side, Alexander Semak. On the left side, Scotty Pearson. No changes in John Anderson's lineup. The starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Vipers. And I think you can hear that they have come onto the ice. Jeff Reese will get the start to my left. 13-8 in the playoffs, 3-3 in the finals with a 288 goals against average. On defense, it'll be Brad Shaw and Ian Herbers. Up front at center, Jimmy Carson. On the right side, Wayne Presley. On the left side, Andy Bizo. Bizo into the lineup along with Dwayne Joyce. Banks is a scratch along with Norton. Bizo hasn't played since Game 3. Joyce has not played since Game 1. Wayne Messmer and his wife Kathleen for the anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets flashed through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say the last star-spangled
It was near deafening in here. You know what? The only thing I can liken this crowd to and this sort of atmosphere, this anticipation, this energy, was to opening night. Way back in October of '94, when the Wolves played their inaugural game. Do you remember who they played it against? The Detroit Vipers. Do you remember what the score was? 4-2 Wolves. Both teams loosening up in their respective ends. Stefan Beauregard in goal to my right. Jeff Reese in goal to my left. The officials for tonight's contest, the referee is Kevin McGuire. The linesmen Mark Wilkins and David Cassidy. I don't think the International Hockey League could have picked a better referee for the game. McGuire commands both teams' respect. He is a guy who was an NHL enforcer when he was still playing the game. It's not that he's beating guys up, but he's a big guy. He's confident. He takes no BS. And he will keep this game in control. The linesmen, Mark Wilkins and David Cassidy, get set. Wilkins along the near side at center ice. Cassidy along the far side. Martins will lean in against Carson. Everybody set. The Wolves win the faceoff, and we're underway here in Game 7. Up the far side now, out at center ice is Tilly over the red line. He snapped it into the left corner. Along the near side, Shaw plays it up the near side, held in by the Wolves. They kick it around to the far side. Bezo stripped by Martins. Now far point held in by Tilly. Can't get it down deep enough. And it comes up the right side at center ice. Presley had it slapped off his stick by Nardella and in. Drilled ahead by Shaw, and it floats to the near circle in the Chicago zone. The Wolves able to get it. Nardella, long right wing feed off the wall. Seamack over the line right side. Seamack had it punched away. Right corner now, Presley. Presley lead up the far side, and Carson barely got it out. Kevin Dahl just onto the ice, retrieves it. Left side over the red line. Martin hammers it in. Reese leaves it high in the slot off his left pad. Now Drulia drives it in, but Clayton Meadows was in ahead of the play, and then Stan Drulia got dropped by Matt Martin right after the whistle sounded. 19:06 remains in the first. We're scoreless. Both teams coming out with intensity, but not running around right now. The emotions, for the time being, seem to be governed. I'm sure that'll change. Jamie Baker will step on, take the draw at the near dot just beyond the Chicago line. And Kessa will oppose him. Kessa able to win the faceoff. Near point in his own zone. Jay retrieves it behind his net. Watched by Marinovich. Forced up the far side by Marinovich. Meadows jams it up the far side and out. Far side of the Wolves zone. Here's Martin. Cuts behind the net. Drills up the left side, and Marinovich feeds it on right wing Guzmanov. Up the line right side. To the high slot, Guzmanov. Right corner, Baker. Baker, top right circle, down. Shoots deflected. Reese able to make the pad save at the top of the arc near the far post. Well, the Wolves able to keep the puck in on more than one occasion when they brought it into the zone, which is a good sign and a sign that we have seen from this team when they have played their best hockey against Detroit. And Jeff Reese was forced to make a nifty save on Ravil Guzmanov, who nearly deflected that home. 18:38 remains in the first, and we're scoreless here in Game 7. LaRouche will step in, take the draw, far circle to Detroit, and he wins it. High slot, Malte shoots Reese, a chest save, and he holds on. And Shaw and Steve LaRouche grabbing at one another. They're quickly separated. Another good sign for the Wolves winning faceoffs. The Wolves have outshot Detroit and carried the play because they have owned the puck, and they've done even better when they have won the faceoffs, which Detroit might be the best in the league in. Wolves win another faceoff. High slot now, Tilly. Tilly shovels it down to the left corner. Back of the net, Herbers couldn't ring it around. Held in by LaRouche. He fed it the high slot, and it pops out. A race for the puck. Over the line right side is Walker. Centers, Beauregard got run into over in the near post. And John Anderson, sort of pacing the bench, doesn't have anything to say. The Vipers going hard to the net. That puck was just centered out in front rather lightly by Steve Walker. I think he was hoping for Sylvain Cloutier coming over at the near post. And Beauregard looks like he's repositioning one of his pads, but he looks like he's okay. Oh. Faceoff will come to the near dot just beyond the Chicago line. 18:16 remains in the first. We're scoreless. Martins wins the faceoff. Far circle now, Putman jams it up the far side. Seamack will get it out. Here's Martins over the line right side. One-on-one against Joyce. Taps it between his legs, and Reese will fall on it at the far post. Dwayne Joyce is not very mobile. He's good with his hands. He's out there to get that puck ahead to the forwards and play on the power play. But defensively, the Wolves will challenge him with speed, and they will challenge him wide. And Steve Martins recognized that and tried to beat him. But instead of taking it wide, he tried to go between his legs and get around him, which is a much more difficult play. Martins tied for 5th in the postseason and 3rd on the Wolves with 19 points. Martins remains out there. Will take the draw in the far circle to Detroit in. Kessa wins this face-off. Shaw brings it around to the near side. Near point. Martin had it skip by him. Center circle now. Meadows flipped it ahead. Kessa can't drive it in. Martin in the slot. Feeds up left wing and out to center ice. Kick free and Drulia drives it in. But Meadows hadn't cleared. So a different combination we're seeing from Steve Ludzik. Right now it's Drulia, Meadows, and Kessa. Ludzik has juggled his lines throughout the playoffs, but Drulia primarily has played with Peter Savaglia. Those two were the top 2 scorers last year in the IHL playoffs, which helped lead Detroit to their first Turner Cup. Talked with Drulia this morning. He says he feels he has to have a big game in order for his team to win, and he hasn't really at all here in the finals. In fact, he's scoreless in 5 of the 6 previous games. Nardella at his own line with the center circle over the red line. Drills it in the right corner. Around it comes. Reese slows it back in the net. He plays it up the far side. Far circle. It's tap free. Herbers by them. Couldn't get it out. Held in by Marinucci. He avoids a check. Back of the net. Reese leaves it for Shaw. Up the far side. Having a problem with Tilly. Tilly came down low, and Detroit will just wobble one back to the high side of the Wolves zone. Nardella up the middle to Guzmanov. Guzmanov has only 2 assists in this series. 1 came in the last game. Tilly flipped it ahead and not out. Left to the net. Now Cloutier shoots. Beauregard the save. Rebound Beauregard. Able to freeze it. Right circle now Walker. Near point Jay. Shoots blocked. And then the rebound. Hacked down the length of the ice. Marinucci chasing. Reese out to play it. Throws it around to the far side. Walker barely able to get it out. Now on left wing over the line is Bezo. Left circle. Shoots Beauregard. A glove save. And the fans salute Beauregard, who made the clean glove save and will give it to the linesman in the far circle. Beauregard playing his angles well. Playing well in traffic. That is his trademark. 16:44 remains in the first. We're scoreless. This Chicago Wolves hockey.
At UPS, they have over 147,000 trucks to handle your 2-day package. Cost up to $10. But at the U.S. Postal Service, they have over 200,000 trucks to handle your priority mail 2 to 3-day package.
You know what? Take a full minute, please.
$3. Are you saving money? Why pay UPS $10 when priority mail is only $3? What's your priority? Call 1-800-USPS. Priority mail averages 2 to 3-day delivery. All rates based on pre-town published prices.
Imagine an outing in the park without allergies. A hike in the mountains without sinus pain and headache. Make it happen with Benadryl Allergy Sinus Headache. The leading allergy prescription medicines don't have a pain reliever.
All right.
But Benadryl Allergy Sinus Headache gives you the maximum strength sinus pain relief you need. Plus the allergy relief of Benadryl Histamine Blocker. Imagine life without allergies and sinus pain with Benadryl Allergy Sinus Headache. You just listen.
16:44 remains in a scoreless first period. Draw in the far circle in the Chicago end. Shots right now 4-3 in favor of the Wolves. Carson can't win the faceoff. Far circle. Bezo fires it at the far post, and Beauregard will stop it. And then Potvin steps into Bezo. Andy Bezo, during the regular season, led Detroit with 313 penalty minutes. And I think he played less than 60 games, which gives you an idea of the type of player he is. Played parts of the last 3 seasons with Fort Wayne. And during a 122-game stint with the Comets, 936 penalty minutes. Draw far circle now in the Chicago end. Wolves win it. Martin rings it around over to the near side. Malte labels his guy with a check. The Wolves swat it into the near corner. Martin cannot get it out. Back of the net now, a steal by Meadows. Centers deflected just wide. Rebound. Martin is taken down, and Drulia is going to head off for tripping. Stan Drulia, the crafty captain, will head off, and the Wolves with the first power play. Matt Martin was reaching back for the puck as the Wolves couldn't get a hold of the hand grenade in their own zone. And Drulia just got a piece of Martin's arm and skate. Flying he went. So the Wolves to the power play. And one of Detroit's best shorthanded players in the box. Still, Detroit is a threat shorthanded. They lead the league with 8 shorties here in the playoffs. They have 2 in this series. Both of them came here. Darnell, left side at center ice, over the red line. He blasts it in the left corner. Back of the net, Reese slows it, plays it over to the far corner, held in by Malte. Back of the net now, LaRouche. Far corner, Malte. Far point, Tilly. High slot, Tilly. Top far circle, Malte. High slot, Tilly. One-timer deflected just wide. Near corner, Walker. Couldn't get it out. Near point now, Nardella holds it in. Nardella. High slot to Tilly. Exchanges positions with Nardella. Far circle now to Malte. Malte, high slot, Nardella. Far corner, Rogers reaches and gets it. Far hash marks now, Malte. Malte. Far corner now, LaRouche. Top far circle, Malte. Shoots deflected. Rebound. Where is it? They whack at it, and Reese able to freeze. And then Reese comes over to take a look at who was slamming at the puck at the far post, and it was Steve LaRouche. Steve Malte has gone scoreless since game 2. He has 3 goals, 2 of them on the power play here in the finals. But a good sign for Malte. He had 5 shots in the last game, where he had only 4 in the previous 3. Mark Rogers got a good look at that one as Jeff Reese was down. Now Kevin McGuire wants to have a word with the goal judge behind Jeff Reese as we await the faceoff in the far circle of the Detroit end. 1:11 remains on the minor to Drulia. Steve Walker is going to head off the ice with the Detroit trainer to get his skate sharpened. And now McGuire has a word with the goal judge and steps back on. Martin, Seamack, and Pearson up front, with Dahl and Martin back on the blue line. Scotty Pearson second in the league with 12 goals. 3 of them game winners, tied for the league lead. 15:30 remains in a scoreless first period. Kessa gets kicked out of the faceoff. Presley will step in. Martins digs in, ties up, can't win it. Aldridge blasts it around, and out to center ice. Here's Kessa. Might have a break. Into the right circle. Lost his footing. Carries it. Right circle. Presley shoots. Beauregard knocked it down. So a good break for the Wolves there. Here's Seamack up right wing. Martins on the line right side. Stops at the far point. Into the right circle. Martins tried to feed it up high. Blocked in the slot. It's drilled down by Kessa. And he entangles himself from Pearson's stick. Up the near side at his own line down. Twist to the center circle. Flipped it into the left corner. Reese out to play. Reese lays it into the far corner. Far point held in by Martin. Martin couldn't get it down low. Lines up going off Beddoes' escape. And to the right corner of the Wolves end. Beauregard skates it behind the net. Leaves it in the near corner. Beddoes, who has excellent speed, gets there. Ties up with Dahl to waste some time. 15 seconds left in the power play. Dahl can't get it away from Beddoes, who's doing an outstanding job by himself. Martins can't get it away either. Then Beddoes forced from the puck. 3 seconds left in the penalty to Drulia. Center circle, Martins couldn't get there. He couldn't get around Beddoes. Over the line, high slot. Drulia brings it in offside. So we get a stop in play, and then he was bumped just slightly from behind by Seamack. And then Herbert stepped into Seamack. Are we going to have a penalty on Seamack? Well, Kevin McGuire comes over to the box, and it'll be unsportsmanlike on Alexander Seamack. And while Herbers definitely played a part in that penalty, which Mark Potvin, I'm sure, is talking about right now, that is a move by Kevin McGuire to let both teams know what he will and will not tolerate. 14-14 remains in the first. We're scoreless. Detroit to the power play for the first time. Joyce out there with Shaw on the blue line. He leads the league with 5 on the power play. 4 of those came in the Orlando series. The Wolves win the faceoff and drill it down the length of the ice. Back of the net now, Reese. Leaves it in the near corner for Shaw. The Wolves' penalty killing has been excellent in the finals at 87%. Now Shaw. Up up to the center circle. Rips it into the far corner. Beauregard slows it, near corner. Nardella plays it up the near side. Near point now Shaw. Far point, Joyce shoots. Beauregard, a diving stop with the glove. He got to it before Drulia and keeps that one out of the cage. That's the 6th shot for the Vipers. And already Dwayne Joyce looks like he has improved this power play. They weren't getting any activity up high. Keith Aldridge, John Gruden, and Bradshaw are their main offensive weapons from the blue line, but Gruden really hasn't been much of an offensive force in the playoffs. It could be because of that shoulder. Joyce had his cross-ice pass picked off by Marinucci, and it deflects back into the Detroit zone. Shaw in front of his net. Shaw stops, lets Marinucci go by. Here's Joyce at the high slot of his own zone. Leaves it high slot for Shaw. Baker dangling in the neutral zone. Center circle, Shaw rips it in. Beauregard stops it. Beauregard plays it high off the glass. Baker can't shovel it out, but it squirts out thanks to Drulia's skate. Wolves short another minute. Seamack in the box for unsportsmanlike. Scoreless, 13-13 remains in the first. Shaw up right wing. Flipped it in. Back of the net. Dahl hammers it up the far side. No icing. And it deflects off Drulia's hip and to the near side of the Detroit line. Joyce in front of his own net in the slot now. Leaves top near circle. Aldridge. Right wing feed. Carson will accept it over too many lines. So we get a stop and play. 38 seconds remains on this Wolves kill. Detroit here in the finals, 4 of 31 with the power play. And the Wolves do have a shorthanded goal against them. It came here in game 2. It belongs to Chris Marinucci. Martins and Breslin up front, with Nardella and Tilly back in the blue line. Draw will be at the near point in the Detroit end. Dan Kessa, who leads the IHL with 13 goals in the playoffs, wins the face-off. In the slot now, Gruden turns in the far corner. Still watched by Martins. Back of the net now. Flipped over to the near side. Martins bothering Gruden. Now Aldridge can't get it free. Back of the net, Gruden. And Steve Martins continues to just harass Detroit. 20 seconds left in the minor. Here comes Aldridge. Left wing feed. Over the line, far side. Kessa lost it out at center ice. Here's Martins. One-on-one with Aldridge. Over the line, left side. Drop pass near point, Tilly. Near point, Tilly just holds onto it to waste some more time. 2 seconds left, and Seamack is out of the box. Aldridge rips it into the far corner. Beauregard leaves it for Nardella. He touches for icing. 12:08 remains in the first period. We're scoreless here in Game 7. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Hey Wolves fans, Covest Bank has an exclusive offer to howl about. It's Chicago Wolves free checking. Enjoy power plays like no minimum balance, no service charge, and no per check fee. You'll get a great lineup of 200 free Wolves checks with matching checkbook cover plus a free Wolves t-shirt. And you'll score big with a free 2-for-1 Wolves ticket coupon as well. So skate over to Covest Bank today in Arlington Heights, Des Plaines, or Schaumburg and experience some of the most competitive checking around. FDIC insured.
For the latest Wolves game stories and box scores, special ticket offers, or the hottest items of Wolves wear, dial up the Chicago Wolves website. Set to expand this summer, ChicagoWolves.com provides the most up-to-date, in-depth information you will find online. Visit ChicagoWolves.com, your closest link to the Wolves on the web. Well, after a fight ensued at the end of the warm-up, it has been a rather tense but tame start to Game 7. Shots in favor of the Vipers, 6-5. Each team with a power play chance. Each team scoreless with it, with 12 minutes remaining here in the first period. Interestingly, the last time the finals went to a Game 7 was 1985, and the Kalamazoo Wings, who won it that year, won it by coming from behind. They trailed 3-2. Or pardon me, that was Peoria who won that. Face-off won by Kessa in his own zone. Behind his net now, Herbers will set it up. LaRouche waits out front. Herbers flips it up the near side and back into the Chicago zone. This should be icing as Podman chugs back for it, and he'll cruise to touch the puck, and we get a stop as Phil Crow blew a tire over at the near post and gets a chuckle from the crowd. The Vipers at times have been frustrated by the Wolves forecheck. Ian Herbers is not a very gifted player with the puck. He's a stay-at-home physical defenseman. And he made the smart, safe play by just drilling it off the wall and out. If that continues, the forwards will get more and more frustrated because they're going to have to dump the puck in and chase, and they won't be able to come into the Wolves zone with speed. Drawn near circle again. LaRouche wins it. Near corner, LaRouche. LaRouche tried to center, blocked. Shaw around to check, and he'll move up. Drulia bangs it into the far corner. Beauregard kicks it free. Potvin drills it up the far side. Around it goes, and out of the surface. I don't know if that hit Herbers and Rogers, who are locked up at the far point. But we get a stop nonetheless with 11:39 remaining here in the first, and the game scoreless. Mark Rogers has 7-game experience. He played in the 7th game when he was with Utah, and they met Peoria in the 2nd round. They won that game they won that series in 7 games, and then went on to win the cup. In fact, he scored the deciding goal in overtime against Orlando to do it. Draw now in the Wolves zone. High slot Gruden. Skates down backhand. Beauregard stick save. It goes over the glass into the crowd. Gruden forced to the backhand, and Beauregard angled his stick well. Beauregard looking very sharp. Bo told me 3 games ago that he felt better than he has in the entire series, that he was seeing the puck better and a better feel for the game. And he's been outstanding in the last 3. And thus far, it's picked up here in Game 7. Far point, Gruden shoots, blocked, back of the net it goes. Cloutier knocked down by Dahl. Back of the net, Dahl still bothering Cloutier. Cloutier trying to get the puck free. Here's Martinson to dig it free. Nope, can't. Back of the net now, Walker digging for it. Walker jammed against the wall. Walker can't bring it out front. Beauregard taps it. Back of the net, here's Seamack with it. Backhands up the near side. Pearson gets it out. Well, Detroit getting the puck down low, but not getting it out front. Gruden lifts it out to center ice. Here's Dahl. Left wing feed. Hit Jay's skate. Martin with it. Gets to the red line and flipped it in. Back of the net, re-stops it as the Wolves change. Gruden throws it around to the near side. Jay barely got it ahead. Carson, left wing feed. He's going to hit Bizo, but we're going to have an offside as the Wolves barely got a piece of that one. And Andy Bizo was looking at possibly opening the scoring. 10:45 remains in the first. We're scoreless. Andy Bizo does have a goal in this series. It came in Game 1. Drawn near side of the red line. Baker, Guzmanov, and Marinucci up front. Potvin and Milomak back in the blue line. Baker wins it from Carson. Milomak feeds ahead to Baker. He can't flip it in. Aldridge stepped up. Now Detroit drives one in. Potvin right of the net. Couldn't get there first. Baker up the far side. Drilled it ahead and out. It floats into the right circle of the Detroit end. Whipped ahead by Aldridge and out to center ice Milomak. Jams it on left wing. Baker over the line left side. Into the left circle as a guy cutting. Their centering pass blocked. Second centering attempt. Blocked again. Left of the net. Now Guzmanov. And a poke check by a diving Reese. And it's drilled up the near side and back into the Wolves zone. Milomak turns in the near circle of the Wolves end. We have a penalty upcoming. It looks like it's going to be on Detroit or Chicago. It'll be a slash. And it looks like Chicago will go to the power play. And Keith Aldridge will head off. And the Wolves with their second power play attempt. Stan Drulia immediately comes onto the ice to have a word for the referee. 9:59 remains in the first. We're scoreless. For the Wolves, their second attempt. Coming in, the Wolves 6 for 42 on the power play against Detroit, just over 14%. Aldridge in the last game had to be taken off after suffering a mild concussion. He got drilled by Tim Breslin, the near point of the Wolves end, and got the rubber legs. But he's a guy who's played with a ton of heart all season. He led the Vipers in games played, and he's back here in Game 7. Right side at center, it's LaRouche over the red line. flipped it into the left corner. Rogers there first. Rogers back of the net. Rogers, far circle. Rogers leaves far circle. Monte, high slot Tilly. Fakes, high slot Nardella. Shoots blocked. Rebound, far point. Truly looks like he's in pain. The Wolves fire it down low. Advance it over to the near side. LaRouche. LaRouche leaves it in the near corner. Rogers. Rogers centers. Nardella shoots. Reese, a chest save. Oh, he went down rather early, and Stan Drulli is now down on a knee. He's going to head off. Drulli will try and shake that one off. If that one hit him in the thigh, he could be looking at a Charlie horse. And he steps onto the bench gingerly. 125 remains on the minor penalty to Aldridge for Hackett. 9:24 left in the first period. We're scoreless. Martin, Seamack, and Pearson head out. The Wolves' best line throughout the playoffs. Kessa and Martins get a lecture from the linesman Mark Wilkins. Martins wins it. Far point now Nardella. Top far circle Martins. High slot Nardella. Near point Tilly. Tilly. Near circle Seamack. Rink wide. Martins shoots wide. Oh, he ripped it as Reese came out the challenge, which he has not done all that much. And Martin's going high, which has been magical against Reese. This went too high. The Wolves line. Here's Nardella, center circle. Over the line, high slot. A drop, Seamack. Fakes. Right of the net now. Back of the net. Walks out in front. Near circle. Seamack, rink wide. Martins shoots. Reese to save. Rebound to the far corner. Gruden pounds it just over Nardella and back into the far corner of the Wolves zone. Alexander Seamack gives flying here in the first. Up the far side, Tilly. Half a minute remaining in this power play. Martins' touch pass disconnected with Pearson, and Tilly tracks it down with time remaining. 25 seconds left on this power play. Here comes Tilly. Right wing feed Martins over the red line. He drills it in deep. Back of the net, Reese leaves it, bangs it up the near side, held in by Martin. Out to center ice, Presley has it near side. Presley, who has a shorty here in the finals, flipped it in. Beauregard stops it at the far post, leaves it behind for Dahl. Let's Beddoes circle by, up the near side, Martin. The penalty to Aldridge is over as Martin rips it in. And because of that, we have an offside as that puck just got a piece of Keith Aldridge, so we get a stop and play. 7:56 remaining in the first. We're scoreless, 7 shots apiece. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Things get broken in hockey, like this. There may be a nose or a tooth or two, but when it comes to a move, roughing just isn't allowed. That's why the Wolves call on Federal Whalen Moving and Storage, agents for Allied Van Lines, to handle their relocation needs. The people of Federal Whalen will take whether you're just moving around the block or to the other side of the globe. The pros at Federal Whalen are committed to your complete satisfaction. Because you want a Federal Whalen certified moving controls by your specific relocation needs. Call 1-800-373-2200.
The Chicago Wolves are now accepting deposits for $98.99 season tickets. The Wolves offer 3 different ticket packages, including a full season, half season, and quarter season plan. For more information or to put a deposit on $98.99 season tickets, just call 1-800-THE-WOLVES. Jumps are out back at a packed Rosemont Horizon for the Turner Cup Championship game. We're scoreless thus far. Alexander Seamack had an opportunity with Jeff Reese down as he circled behind the net, but elected to pass and not shoot. I think if he saw the angle that I saw, he might want to change that. If he has that circumstance hit him again. Draw will be near side of the red line. Baker will step in and take the draw against Kessa. Baker wins it. Here's Martin, center circle, over the red line. He backhands one into the left corner. Back of the net now, Joyce leaves it in the near corner. Baker will get there. Baker, near corner now, Marinucci. Now Guzmanov, left corner. Guzmanov holds onto it, gets a pick near circle. Guzmanov left of the net. Guzmanov back of the net. Oh, he got jammed against the wall by Joyce. He's going to be okay, I believe. Along the near side, Marinucci keeps it in, digs along with Baker. Marinucci left of the net, shoots Reese, had to fight it off. Now Joyce rolls it into the far corner. Marinucci digging, jammed against the wall by Kessa. The Wolves working furiously down low. High slot now, Martin shoots Reese, a glove save, and he elects to hold. Well, the Wolves all series long have wanted to get the puck down low and worked that Detroit defense. And you see where Dwayne Joyce and Keith Aldridge are weak. They are not good in their own zone. They are offensive-minded guys. But if you make them play defense, that's when they are at their weakest. And Guzmanov, Marinucci, and Baker picking up right where they left off in Game 6, working hard down low, and it generated the Wolves' third goal on Friday night. 7:16 remains in the first. We're scoreless. LaRouche taps it to himself in the left corner, can't get to it. Rogers waits for it, flips it behind the net. Malte grab the bouncing puck, muscles out in front. Rogers left of the net. We have a penalty upcoming. Rogers near corner. Rogers near circle. Beauregard off for the extra attacker. Right circle now, Seamak. Seamak, back of the net. Malte centers. Detroit touches, and we get the call. Malte just barreled his way out front. Peter Savaglia couldn't handle him, and he's going to head in. Steve Ludzik talked in the papers after Game 6. He wanted to send an SOS out for Kevin McGuire because he felt he would let the two teams play, but McGuire will also call the game fairly. And while Chicago has had more power plays than Detroit in the finals, in fact, counting this one, which is their third tonight, they have had 13 more, but Detroit has merited more minus. It's not a case of the Wolves just getting the calls. So that's where Ludzik's logic might be flawed. This is the scenario that Stan Drulia, their captain, told me would be a bad one because it would tire out their defense, namely Herbers and Shaw, their two key players. Well, the Wolves to the power play for the third time, and Detroit getting caught penalties early in the games. 6:52 left in the first. We're scoreless. The Wolves win the faceoff near point Tilly. Near point now Guzmanov. Guzmanov near circle. High slot Tilly. Stops, waits, fakes. Far point now Nardella. Near point Tilly. High slot Nardella. Top right circle Guzmanov. Shoots deflected. Reese to save. Rebound. Kicked free far circle now. High slot Nardella took a chance, but it comes out and Tilly will flag it. Ooh. Right-sided center ice Tilly. Left wing feed Guzmanov. Played it on his backhand. Now Nardella. Around to check on the line left side. Fed it off the skate and back of the net. It bounces behind the net. Shaw rips it, or he thought he was going to rip it. Now he pounds it up the near side. Held in by Nardella. Left circle Nardella. High slot Tilly. Centers deflected just over the crossbar. What a pretty play. Far corner now LaRouche. Far side Guzmanov. Oh, he flipped it back to Malte, but Tilly was in the high slot. Nardella over the line left side. And Guzmanov was tripped as a wave of players were trying to get off the ice, so we get a stop and play. Some sensational passing, but it was all keyed by the Wolves keeping the puck in the Detroit zone and generating a second attempt at Jeff Reese. Bob Nardella with a spectacular play showing outstanding hands, keeping the puck in at the near point. Just knocked it right out of the air, and Tilly fed it out in front. LaRouche tried to go over the top, which is a good place to go. Reese was already down, but he couldn't beat him. 5:51 left in the first. We're scoreless. A minute remains on this power play. Here's Martin. Bangs it in the left corner. Back of the net now Reese. Leaves it. Aldridge bangs it up the near side and down the length of the ice. Back of the net now Beauregard. Lets Drulia fly by as he plays it into the near corner. Martin chugs ahead. Left to wing at center ice. Dahl hammers it in. Back of the net. Reese stops it, leaves it. Flipped by Aldridge to the near corner. Dahl keeps it in. Dahl shovels it behind the net. Intercepted by Martin's far circle. Far point now Martin. Shoots deflected wide. Pearson got knocked down at the near post. And now it comes out. Martin. Rink wide to Martins in front of the Wolves bench. He waits for everybody to clear. Here's Pearson. Over the line right side to Seamak. Stops. Had it picked off by Herbers. He can't do much with it. Seamak gets it free. Right corner now Seamak. Seamak bothered. Herbers flips it up the middle, and Potvin almost kept it in as Savaglia is out of the box. Front of his net, Millimak. Left wing feed Pearson. Tapped it in. Herbers plays it up the far side. Deflected. Free. Marinucci chases in the right corner. Marinucci back of it in. Can't get it free as Shaw tackled him. Now Millimak came up to lay the body on Presley, and the puck skips by him. Near circle Baker. Flipped it ahead. Couldn't get it out. Yes, he does. Comes to Shaw. Lost his footing. Near side out of the near corner. Gruden rolls it around. Potvin is there. Potvin right corner. centers to the near point, Millimock. Millimock drives it down low, allowing Potvin to get back. Behind his net, Cloutier. Near corner, Shaw. Shaw flipped it just barely up the near side and down. Potvin will chug after it. Fires it up the side of the net. Here's Presley. Had it stripped by a diving Baker. And the Wolves cleared up the far side and out. What a great heads-up play by Jamie Baker. The Vipers dump it into the near circle of the Wolves zone. Nardella can't kick it out. He'll get it behind the net again. Crow comes in to bang him. Bezo also bangs him up the near side. Breslin shovels it out. Marinucci will head off. He had an outstanding shift, and the Vipers get it out to the neutral zone. Here's Jay, up right wing for Crow, the hero of Game 4. He tried to slam it in, it was blocked. Now Tilly up the far side for Maltic. Flips ahead, over the line, high slide. Now is LaRouche into the right circle. Shoots Reese, a pad save. Near circle, Maltic. Drives it over to the near post. Reese kicks it into the near corner. Now Drulia flips it up the far side, and in front of the Wolves bench, Dahl grabs it. Quickly ahead. Rogers shovels it in. They go down low again. Here's Shaw, bothered by LaRouche. Herbers gets it free up the far side, held in by Dahl, but he'll carry it out to center ice. Lost it in the linesman's skate. Now high slot, Drulia shoots. Beauregard the save, rebound. Free, Kessa, right circle, shoots. Back of the net it goes. Beddoes forced to his backhand and lost it. The Wolves jam it ahead and out. Center circle, Jay. Wheeling over the line, right side now, Kessa. Flipped it behind the net. Dahl will get there first. Ahead of Beddoes. Beddoes ties up with his stick. Malte now digs, squirts it free. Here's Seamack, got it ahead. Martins over the line, left side. Seamack had it poke checked away. Here's Kessa. 2:22 left in the first. We're scoreless. Gruden flipped it in with his hand. We have an offside with 2:18 remaining in the opening period. And we're scoreless in Game 7. This is Chicago Wolves hockey. Playing both.
Both spots and the ID in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm plotting to play on black and blue, but I'm not leaving. And no matter how many times they knock me down, I'll keep getting up. Because this is where I live. In the slot. The trade shop is one range in Buffalo Grove. And it's a full range of college, concealed, forward, and Eastern protective equipment. State and accessories that are professionally fitted for your shop. But don't venture into the slot without the trade shop. One range from Wyland in Buffalo Grove. Call us 847-821-RING. You're listening to exciting Chicago Wolves hockey on 92.7 WCBR-FM, Arlington Heights, Chicago.
There's a lot to like at the Willow Creek Club. It's big, bright, airy, and clean, with amenities and services more like a good hotel, and our friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to help you achieve total fitness in body and mind. To find out more, call 847-698-2582, or visit them at 10225 West Higgins Road in Rosemont. Take a week and you'll see they're the fitness center that fits you better.
The scoreboard, scoreless. The shots in favor of the Wolves, 12-9. They've had 3 power play chances. Detroit only 1. 2:18 left here in the first. Aldridge tracks the puck down far circle of his own zone. Rink wide to Jay. Couldn't get it out. Nardella held it in with his glove. High slot now, Seamack. Fires it behind the net. Reese falls on it, and we get a stop and play. Savaglia and Seamack have words. Seamack has already gone off for unsportsmanlike. Savaglia went to Harvard. Maybe he took Russian. Now Seamack still having words for a couple of guys, but he just goes to get his stick. Martins will give it to him as we face it off in the far circle. 2:03 remains in the first. We're scoreless. And the Wolves, with the benefit of the last change, put out Baker, Guzmanov, and Marinucci. Baker has done an exceptional job against Savaglia. So has Martin and Dahl. They've limited him to 2 assists in the last 4 games. He's their leading scorer with 19 points. Baker ties up, wins the face-off, can't control it. Herbers bangs it out. Nardella cuts it off in front of his bench. Nardella, rink wide, Guzmanov over the red line. Detroit stands up over the blue line on left wing. Guzman trying to kick it back to Marinucci. Right in front, here's Herbers skating ahead. Herbers, left wing feet picked off by Tilly. Detroit brings it in offside. Tom Tilly anticipates so well. That's why he and Bob Nardella are tied for the league lead here in the playoffs at a +9. 141 remains now here in the first. We're scoreless. This is the way Game 6 went. Then Detroit opened the scoring and the Wolves exploded for 3 quick ones. The first goal has won every game except the last one. LaRouche wins a face-off from Carson. High side of his own zone, Millima shovels it into the Detroit end. Chasing is Gruden. Rogers on his tail. Gruden feeds it around to the far side. Held in by LaRouche. Rings down back of the net. With some room is Jay. Up the near side, Crow. Out to center ice it comes. Center circle, Rogers. Near point in his own zone, Mark. Banked it ahead. Rogers can't drive it in as Carson steps into him. Now Rogers has it tied up in front of the Wolves penalty box. McGuire says move it. Malte, center circle. Taken off the puck by Crow. Fired in by Jay, and then Millima with a hand pass out to center ice. Under a minute remaining here in the first. We're scoreless. Here's Malte on the line left side. Malte in the left circle. Malte left corner. Malte back of the net. Centers out in front. LaRouche couldn't get a shot off. Look out here. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Here's Kessa on the line right side. Beddoes. And it put checked away by Tilly. Near corner LaRouche. Up the middle now, Dahl. 35 seconds remaining here in the first. Malte over the line left side to Dahl. Near circle Dahl. Dahl back of the net. Dahl knocked down, couldn't center, holds onto it. Back of the net, Marinucci. Now back of the net, LaRouche toppled Shaw, and we get a stop and play. Brad Shaw is a guy that does not like to get hit. He missed almost 20 games this year, much of it due to a concussion. Shaw said after he got labeled in February with that hit that he contemplated retirement. And I guess when he was playing with Ottawa, he told me that he really got drilled and he was unconscious. So getting that next serious one that he received this season really worried him. He has to play well for that team to win. The numbers speak for themselves. 1 goal, 1 assist, +5 in their wins. 1 assist, a -6 in their losses. 23.5 seconds remaining in the first. We're scoreless. Drawn the near circle of the Detroit end. Baker will take it. Tilly waits at the near point. Aldridge going back and forth. Baker gets set. Goes right at the net. Reese will freeze it. And a stop and play. Jamie Baker told me before the game that he has tried to change up the way he normally does faceoffs. He wants to try and keep Detroit guessing. And he wants to see if he can get in their head so they outthink themselves. Baker's been outstanding in the faceoff. They'll face it off again near circle. Breslin comes on for Marinucci. Baker goes right at the net again, and Reese forced to flag it. That one was a knuckler, and Reese had to wait that one out. Baker with 4 goals and 9 points here in the playoffs. 2 of those goals are game winners. Of course, Baker in '94 with San Jose knocked out the Detroit Red Wings with a game winner in Game 7 of Joe Louis as the 8 seed shocked the 1 seed. Baker kicks it right at the net again, but he couldn't hold the puck. Near point now, Nardella. Shoots deflected, never got through. Here's Shaw, a lead ahead. Savaglia returns. Shaw rips it in. Beauregard blockers it over to the near corner. Nardella near corner to Tilly, flipped it off the glass high, and out it comes. That'll do it for the opening 20 minutes of play. And now Cloutier has a word for Bob Nardella. I don't know what he thinks he's going to accomplish there. Cloutier, hardly an intimidating guy, but usually when you talk to the opponent, that means that they have gotten into your head. After 20 minutes, 0-0. Bring you back for the first intermission in just a moment. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Please clear the ice for the Zamboni. Thank you.
There's no better way to celebrate than with ice cream treats from JMC Ice Cream Socials and Catering. Corporate picnics, fundraisers, birthday parties, sporting events, you name the occasion, and JMC will be there to serve cool, delicious ice cream. Let them bring their
Pepsi Lobe, Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana's favorite oil change. Drive in, drive out, drive on.
Just like the Wolves take the puck in from the blue line, you can take Pace Route 221 from the CTA blue line to the Horizon. Pace, a fresh approach to public transportation. Well, thus far, no one has been able to take the puck into the back of the net. We're scoreless here in the first intermission between the Wolves and the Vipers. Game 7 of the Turner Cup Finals. I'll bring you back to start the second period in just a moment. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Not smiling much lately? Have you been putting off that visit to the dentist even though you know your smile is as appealing as a rainy day in Chicago? Then you need to call Palatine Smile World today. Located on Baldwin Road just west of 53, a visit to Drs. Rosen and Donovan, Palatine Smile World will be a pleasant experience. Their friendly, professional, and understanding staff will focus on making your visit as comfortable as possible. They even have nitrous oxide or happy gas to help even the most anxious patients relax and enjoy the visit. Palatine Smile World is a full-service dental center, providing cleaning, cosmetic bonding, filling, dentures, and even braces. So if you look in the mirror and the reflection isn't smiling back at you with a bright smile, call Palatine Smile World at 847-358-1388. That's 847-358-1388. They have convenient hours and easy payment plans. They'll even file your dental insurance for you. Let them build a brighter smile for you. Palatine Smile World Dental Center Incorporated is owned and operated by Dr. J. Harlan Rosen, an Illinois licensed general dentist.
People listen to music in sports arena and bars and clubs and dances and see out of fun. But it's never an embarrassing personal experience until the drive home. In a vehicle with a monsoon sound system, the drive is what drives you. You're drenched in sound. Monsoon, power, attitude, audio. For the road. Monsoon's available in select new cars and trucks.
At a time when we change careers as often as we change phone companies, it's amazing how long we'll keep the same car insurance. Especially when one 15-minute call to Geico Direct could save you 15% or more. Call 1-800-947-AUTO and see. It's okay to hang on to a house or a spouse for life, but high car insurance rates? Think twice. That's 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico Direct, the sensible alternative.
Both teams back on the ice, getting loosened up for the second 20 minutes of play. Jeff Reese in goal to my right. Stefan Beauregard in goal to my left. We're scoreless as we start the second period. This period has been the Wolves' best throughout the playoffs. They have outscored their opponents in the second period by 13 goals. And in the first 40 minutes of the Turner Cup Finals, they have outscored Detroit 15-8. Starting out for the Wolves, it'll be Martins, Pearson, and Seamack up front, with Tilly and Ardella back in the blue line. Kessa, Beddoes, and Drulia up front for Detroit, with Gruden and Jay back in the blue line. The crowd slowly filing back to their seats. They had a chance to witness a very tense and disciplined first period. The Wolves with the better chances. But the Wolves had the better of the play overall. But if the Wolves can get on the board here ahead of the Vipers, I think they're going to get a huge lift from this crowd. We're underway. Center circle Beddoes. Beddoes had it stripped from behind by Seamack. Seamack golfs it ahead, and Martins looks up, chases it into the zone. Gruden can't pound it out. It hit Martins in the right corner. Near circle, Martins flipped it at the net. Reese will glove it, and we have a stop and play. While that looks like a harmless play, it's really a play that will, as the game wears on, wear Detroit out. I guess the only thing I can liken it to is the running game. You know what? You see teams, they pound the ball, they pound the ball, they pound the ball. Maybe they don't get a lot of big gains, or they don't punch one into the end zone. But come late in the game, that team starts to wear down. And because the Wolves continue to get that puck down low, forcing Detroit to work hard down in their own zone to get the puck out, get them back on their heels, that could pay dividends in the third. Draw right circle in the Detroit end. Baker leans in, cannot win it from Savaglia. Back of the net. Here's Herbers, bothered by Guzmanov. Up the far side, Walker gets it out 2-on-2. Over the line, left side is Kluchik. Fires it in the far corner. Savaglia there. Savaglia up to the far point. Joyce shoots wide. Along the near side, now Guzmanov flips it ahead and out. Aldridge chases it down. Feeds it high, slot Savaglia. Now in front of his net, Aldridge up the far side. Joyce barely got it out. Center circle, Savaglia. Right wing feed, Kluche, and we have an offside. Kluche thought about delivering one. Kluche with 1 goal and 4 points in the series. He's only scored in 2 games, though. He had 3 assists in Game 4. And then a power play goal in Game 6 in their loss. Now Stan Drulia is going to head off the ice for some skate repairs, apparently. Or Detroit has been heading off quite a bit. Draw will be near side at center ice between the red line and the Wolves line. 19:06 remains in the second. We're still scoreless. Bizot flips it in. Near corner, Millimont pounds it up the near side by Bizot, and Rogers flips it ahead. And he got it out. Jimmy Carson kept it in with his glove. So we get an offside. Mark Rogers with 9 goals and 18 points in the playoffs. Those 9 goals. Tied for second on the team with Steve LaRouche. Rogers with 4 goals and 5 points in the finals, including the game winner in Game 6. He'll head off. Baker, Marinucci, and Breslin now up front against Carson, Bizot, and Presley. Center circle now, Herbers. Thought about ripping it in. Here's Breslin over the line, left side. Left circle. Shoots, reads the pad save. Rebound, back of the net. Marinucci traps it with his skates. Now Shaw pins him against the wall. Near circle, Breslin with some room. Breslin shoots off a leg, left of the net. Oh, Baker almost banked it in. Here's Presley, up right wing. Center circle, Carson over the line, high slot. High slot, Bizot. Shoots blocked. Rebound, near corner. Down to the near circle, Presley. Shoots. That hit a leg. I don't know if it hit Beauregard's leg, but it hit somebody's. Near corner, Bizot. Finished by Potvin in the left corner. Back of the net now, Baker. Up the far side. Baker sidesteps some of the traffic. Off the inboards, he'll reverse it over to the near side. Potvin. Flipped it ahead, and we're going to have a penalty here on Potvin as he got the stick up on Bizot. That's what Bizot will do for you. Bizot was running right at Mark Potvin, and Potvin, after he delivered the shot up ice, went to protect himself. And we get a cross check on Potsy. Boy, if he got him with one, it was a real short one as Bizot was coming in. Potvin didn't like the call. Potsy's had 300 penalty minute seasons on 2 occasions, both in the American League. One of those years, he won the Calder Cup. It was in '92 with Adirondack. So Detroit to the power play for the second time. Boy, if they score here, this would be almost exactly like Game 6. Joyce, right wing feeds Shaw over the line. And it poked by Rogers, but he did get it deep. Nardella backhands up the near side. Joyce kept it in. Near circle now, Kessel lost it. Joyce flips it in down behind the net. Far corner now, Savaglia. Savaglia far circle. Far corner, Walker. Kicked out front, Kessel shoots. Beauregard, a glove save, and he snares the rebound. Well, the Wolves didn't get much of a bounce. That puck looked like it glanced off Kevin McGuire and right out in front to Dan Kessa. The Wolves didn't suspect that bounce, but Stefan Beauregard able to make a superb pad save and then glove the rebound. Beauregard has looked exceptional. 137 remains in the minor to Potvin. The Wolves penalty killing 7th in the league overall at 83.8%. Savaglia will lean in and take the face off against Baker. Baker's played a ton here. Why should we? Savaglia over the line. Shot Joyce shoots, deflected, over the net. Near corner, Walker took a hit. Dahl pumps it up the near side. And here comes Marinucci, able to flip it out to the neutral zone. Near corner, Shaw. 1:18 remains in the minor to Potvin. Shaw back of the net. Their best offensive defenseman and top one here in the playoffs with a goal and 12 points. That one goal, an empty netter, by the way. Rings around to the far corner. Martin touches, and we have icing. So Dwayne Joyce didn't reach the red line. And one has to wonder about his sharpness since he has sat out for the last 5 games as Joyce heads off. I understand Joyce was extremely upset that Ludzik was sitting him. He was bitter. But Ludzik decides to bring him back here in Game 7. Played in Game 1. Didn't play until tonight. On near circle, 1:06 remaining in the minor to Potvin. Breslin to take the face-off. Meadows able to win it. Near corner now, Gruden wheels ahead. Left wing, Gruden over the red line this time, and he pounds it around. Over to the far side, Nardella deflects it high in the air, held in for a moment, and Breslin chopped it ahead over the glass into the crowd. So we get a stop and play. Breslin thinks the draw should be at the far point. I think that's where the faceoff will be as Stan Drulia heads back on. Dwayne Joyce leads Detroit with 5 power play goals. That leads the league. He's on the bench right now. Gruden and Aldridge are out there on the blue line. Those guys have only 1 goal apiece in the blue line. They scored in double digits during the regular season. 17:01 remains in the second. We're scoreless. 53 seconds remains on the minor to Mark Potvin. And Stan Drulia has to head off the ice. I'm not sure why. Apparently because he just came on, he's not allowed to stay. So he'll probably pop out in a moment right after the faceoff. Breslin ties up his guy Carson. The Wolves jam at it. Scored it by Gruden and Cloutier and back into the Detroit zone. Drulia heads on. He dangles at the Wolves line. Upside in his own zone now, Gruden. Right wing feet Meadows with some speed over the line right side. Flipped into the right corner. Tilly's going to get there first. Hammers it around the near corner. Carson keeps it in. The Wolves clear it ahead. Gruden. High slide Drulia. Drulia flipped into the far corner. Back to the net. Tilly took the hit from Carson. Breslin shovels up the near side and down into the Detroit zone. Gruden moved up. So Breslin knew he had an avenue. Now back of the net. Aldridge took the hit from Rogers. 14 seconds remaining on this power play. Here's Aldridge, hooked from behind by Baker. Left wing feed at the red line. Meadows over the line, high slot. Now he lost it, and the Wolves swatted out. Center circle, Drulia. 2 seconds left in the minor to Potvin, and he is out of the box, and the Wolves are perfect for the penalty kill. Meadows near circle, Carson fires it out in front and deflected to the far point. Stolen now by Baker, center circle, Potvin. Over the line, left side, Marinucci had it stripped. Martin couldn't catch up with it. Here's Bezo. Skitters over the line. Took a hit from Millmark. Far corner now, Martin stands up his guy. Back of the net, Bezo. Took a hit from Millmark. Back of the net now, Crow. Crow working. Martin plays it to the far corner. Baker looking up. He'll golf one out to center ice. The Vipers work hard, but they don't really get much accomplished in terms of scoring chances. Now Nardella, high slot of his own zone, banged it ahead on left wing out to center ice. Here's Guzmanov, tripped up. Over the line right side is Walker, around to check. Far circle, Kessa had it stripped by Malte and Dahl. Around over to the near side, here's Guzmanov. Couldn't get it out, Herbers holds it in. Herbers left corner. Back of the net, Malte reverses it up the near side, here's Dahl. Dahl. Flipped it ahead, knocked out of the air. Guzmanov skates it back into his own zone. Far circle, Nardella. Up the middle, LaRouche. Left wing feed, missed Malte. Here's Jay from the Wolves bench. Center circle, Breslin. Over the line, left side. Breslin to the near circle. Stops. High slot, Jay. Shoots wide. Rebound, Presley. He missed the empty net. Back of the net now, Presley tries the center, blocked by Dahl. And the Wolves hack it up the far side and out. LaRouche over the line, left side. Right puck away from him by Gruden. And his own line now, Gruden. Center circle. Flipped it in. Beauregard instructed to leave it. Tilly banged it in the left corner. Gruden down low. Centers deflected by Beauregard. Top far circle. Presley shoots wide. Near point now, Gruden. Shoots. Beauregard a glove save, and he'll hold. Well, the Vipers generating activity. They now have 4 shots to the Wolves 2 this period. Of course, they've had the power play, but they can't seem to get in a good position. The best chance probably came from Wayne Presley after Beauregard made an initial save. Presley had an open near side, but his backhand went well wide of the net. And if you've been watching the Stanley Cup Finals at all, reminiscent of Esa Tiikkanen's attempt in Game 2 with the Capitals that failed. 14-12 remains in the second. We're scoreless. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Well, I'm always getting that because I gotta keep my eyes open because these big guys keep pushing and prodding until I'm black and blue. But I'm not really. And no matter how many times they knock me down, I'll keep getting up. Because this is where I live. This is flat. The pro shot, the twin lanes can help you well. And if the full range of fire is being fitted, and the each thing's attempted to fit, and accessories that are professionally fitted for your style of play. But don't venture into the slot without the pro shop of twin lanes from Wireless in Buffalo Grove. Call us 847-821.
Hey, Wolves fans, I guess this applies to those of you who are listening to tonight's game. At each home playoff game, the Wolves are raffling off their 96-97 game-worn jerseys and skates to benefit several Wolves charities. Raffle tickets will be sold at the Horizon, 1 for $5 or 5 for $20. For more information, call 1-800-THE-WOLVES. 14-12 remains in the second, still scoreless here in Game 7 of the Turner Cup Finals. Drawn near, circle the Wolves in. Savaglia digs in, wins near point now. Gruden skates, tries to dish, blocked. Second attempt, got it left circle. Cloutier, near corner Walker. Near point Gruden, shoots deflected. Beauregard, a toe save and a beauty. Now left of the net, kicked out in front, and Beauregard able to freeze. Goaltenders are so quick. Beauregard was forced to kick out his right toe after John Gruden's shot got deflected out in front, and he just booted it aside. Cloutier was heading to the net, and actually it deflected, I think, off of Walker or Martin, but Beauregard there to make the save. Near side, Gruden can't keep it in. Pearson chugs for it. Jay will get there. Back of the net, Jay up right wing, bothered by Pearson. Flips it back into the Wolves zone. This should be icing as Dahl comes back to touch, and it is. Bobby Jay is not a guy who has a lot of speed, so he just made the safe play. And the puck will come back into the Detroit end. 13:39 remains in the second. We're scoreless. Draw will be in the far circle of the Detroit zone. Baker, Breslin, and Marinucci up front. Seamak still yammering away with Kevin McGuire. Alex has been known to have some conversations with some officials. He heads off. Baker will lean in against Kessel. Cannot win it. Back of the net, Herbert. Far corner. Flipped it up the middle and down the length of the ice. Just going to roll far enough for icing. Nope. Tilly back in the net. Leads in the near corner, Nardella. Up the near side, Marinucci. Up to center ice, Breslin, center circle. Over the line, high slot. Breslin, left circle, shoots blocked. Far corner, Joyce can't get to it. Back of the net now, Breslin. Let it swatted away. Here comes Bezo up left wing. Now Aldridge flips it in. Near corner, Tilly. Points the hit from Bezo, who went head first against the boards, but he's fine, because nothing's in that head. Far side at center ice, Aldridge. Packed it back in. Puck is on edge and now settles for Tilly behind the net, and we have icing. That gives you an idea of the motives of Andy Bezo. Tilly just left the puck right there. If Andy Bezo wanted to, he could have picked it up himself and generated a chance or looked for someone coming late, but he went straight for Tom Tilly. Tilly doesn't even go for the puck, and Bezo just went hammering into the left corner boards. He got neither Tilly nor the puck. 12:54 left in the second. We're scoreless. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
This week is Great Nuts Energy Week. It's the week we eat Great Nuts every day. We have Ginger Fuel. It's got all those carbohydrates for energy. Nearly twice the price of food is per serving. And around here we've got some
Stop by the Ramada Plaza Hotel O'Hare at Manheim and Higgins before and after every Wolves home game. The Quest Sports Bar and Grill at the Ramada is the official pre- and post-game meeting spot for Wolves fans. Well, I imagine that the Quest is going to be packed tonight. Draw will be in the far circle of the Detroit end. Just under 13 minutes remaining in the second. LaRouche will step in and take the faceoff against Beddoes. LaRouche, Malte, and Rogers haven't seen a ton of ice this period. LaRouche able to win it. High slot Potvin. Shoots. Never got through. And a 2-on-2 the other way. Center circle Presley over the line. High slot. Had it poke checked away. Potvin works back. Left wing feed Malte over the line. Left side. Into the left circle. Shoots. Reese fought it off. Back of the net. LaRouche tried to center. Reese juggled for a moment. And Rogers went through the crease trying to get a piece of that wobbler. Draw will be in the near circle in the Detroit end. Wolves win it. Dahl near point. Had it in his skates. Took a hit. Right circle Rogers. Rogers flipped it down behind the net. Malte got a pick. Couldn't wrap it around. Had a poke check free. Now at center ice. Rogers. A hit from Kluchik. Kicked it over the line. LaRouche tried to center. High slot. It's swatted out by Herbers. Front of the Detroit bench, Martin. Left wing feet picked off by Walker. Kluchik batted it in. And we have an offside. And Walker shoves Steve LaRouche. LaRouche with 3 assists in the series, which includes an assist on Mark Rogers' game winner from Game 6. He told me in Detroit that he simply has not had enough room to really maneuver, and that's a credit to the Vipers in the way that they check and play defense. Draw fired out just beyond the Wolves line. 12:07 remains in the second. We're scoreless. Near circle Tilly. Now Martins ahead to the center circle. Over the line, far side. Into the far circle. Stops. Jay on him. High slot now. Pearson couldn't keep it in. Tilly kicked it down low. And Detroit rattles it out. Martins. High side of his own zone. Up the middle. Pearson. Pearson leaves it for Tilly. Left wing now. Seamak. Seamak. Saucer pass ahead. Pearson couldn't grab it. Vipers drive it to the near point. Tilly kept it in with a leg. Top near circle, Gruden feeds it out. Here's Tilly, over the line, high slot. Tilly, far circle, Seamak, backhand, wide, rebound, Reese able to make the pad save of the far post. Seamak has one of the best backhands in the league. I'm going to step out and say he has the best. Most guys don't even use it anymore, but Seamak has scored with a backhand on several occasions. He was on his offside, the far circle, and he popped it out front. Testing Reese again. All of a sudden the Wolves regaining their speed and momentum and getting that puck in. Out shooting the Vipers 18-14 right now. 11:21 remains in the second and we're scoreless. Draw far circle the Viper in. Baker able to win it. Far point Martin shoots wide. I don't think Reese saw it. Right circle now Dahl. Right of the net Dahl. Dahl back of the net. Bizzo takes him down. And Dahl has to motor to get back in the play, but the Vipers just clear it out. Turn by Guzmanov. He lost the puck and then Bizzo rams into him. Center circle Baker over the line, high slot. Baker up the middle, couldn't hold on to it. The Vipers rattle it out. Millimont, high side of his own zone, goes to his defensive partner Potvin. Guzmanov slapped it in. Near corner Shaw, took a hit from Baker. Back of the net now. Carson rips it up the far side and down it comes. This is going to be icing as Potvin comes back to touch. He's going to cruise and touch in the far corner. Well, every time that Bradshaw is out there, the Wolves keep throwing Marinucci, Baker, Guzmanov, and Breslin out there. They want to tire Bradshaw out. They want to work him to death. There's a lot of people in here. It's hot. Shaw plays a ton of minutes, and they want to make sure that he has no gas left in the tank. 10:36 remains in the second, and we're scoreless. The Wolves with 4 shots this period, the Vipers 5, and the lone power play. LaRouche will step in and take the draw against Savaglia in the far circle. Far corner Jay, flipped it behind the net. Gruden up the near side. Walker squeezed it ahead. High slot. Rogers kept it in. Shoots. Blocked. Rebound. Far side Jay leads it ahead and underneath Savaglia's stick to the near point in the Wolves zone. Far side now Martin. Long left wing feed. LaRouche can't touch. And he's going to head off the bench right now as we have icing. LaRouche looked like he was shaken up in the far circle as the play came the other way. I don't know if he got entangled with somebody. For right now, he's going to remain on the ice, which is a good sign. Steve LaRouche, 4th in the league with 20 points in the playoffs. Of course, he has one of the 2 hat tricks recorded in the '98 Turner Cup playoffs. It came here in Game 6 against Milwaukee. He also has a 5-goal game in the Turner Cup finals. Here's Tilly up the middle. Left wing over the red line. Drives it in. Reese lets it go in the near corner. Herbers swings it up the near side and out. This should be icing as Nardella touches. No, it's waved off. And John Anderson is disgusted by that. We play on. Nardella rips it up the far side and out. Malte couldn't hold the puck. Far side at center ice. It's shoveled to the near corner. Kessel centers, deflected by Beauregard. Right circle, Drulia shoots blocked. High slot. Blocked out in front. High slot now Herbers. Shoots wide. Right of the net. Kessel centers blocked. Far corner Beddoes. High slot Herbers. Fakes. Centers. Far circle now Malte. Delivers it up left wing and out of danger. This one's going to be icing. Herbers touches and we get the call for icing. And then LaRouche and Drulia have words. Those 2 guys were line mates in '94. Drulia was the Turner Cup MVP. LaRouche, 14 goals in 16 playoff games. And even through all that activity, the Vipers did not get a shot on goal. It's a testament to the Wolves. They lead the postseason in yielding shots, only 27 a game. Here in the finals, it's under 25. Draw far circle in the Chicago end. Carson wins it, far point. Jay flipped it down behind the net. Presley grabbed down to by Millimak. Millimak pins him. Potvin drives it out in front. Beauregard the save, rebound. The Wolves get it free. Oh, Beauregard has been huge. Seamack over the line. High slot Martins. Reese plays it over to the far side. Carson chipped it ahead and down the length. Potvin's going to come back and touch, and we have a stop. Stefan Beauregard has been spectacular. Down low in traffic with that biscuit bouncing around. He's now faced 15 shots. Turned them all aside. 8:53 remains in the second period of Game 7. We're scoreless. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Hey Wolves fans, I've just been handed an exclusive offer that's right on the money for you. It's Chicago Wolves free checking from Covest Bank. This account has no minimum balance, no service charge, and no per check fees. Plus, you'll get 200 free Wolves checks and a Wolves checkbook cover. If you act now, you'll score big with a free Wolves t-shirt and free 2-for-1 voucher for any Chicago Wolves game, just for opening the account. To get your paws on this great deal, visit Covest Bank today. Located in Arlington Heights, Des Plaines, and Schaumburg. FDIC insured.
For sports coverage that's tough, exciting, and hard-hitting, turn to the sports section in one of the 10 best in the nation, only in the Chicago Sun-Times. Judd Surratt back at the Rosemont Horizon. A near-capacity crowd. We're scoreless with 8:53 remaining in the second period of Game 7. Stefan Beauregard has been exceptional. So fast on his feet. Squares up to the shooters so well. Excellent in traffic. And that's Detroit's bread and butter. Beauregard has been to the finals twice. Once in the American League, once in the I. He has never won it. Draw far circle in the Detroit end. Martins will lean in. Cannot win it. Gruden back of the net. Rings it around to the near side. Held in by Dahl. Dahl keeps it to the near circle. And then Gruden paddles it out. Near point in the Wolves zone. Martins in the slot for Martin. Up the middle to Seamack. Flipped it ahead. Pearson's going to chase and get there in the far corner. Pearson left of the net. Pearson back of the net. Wrap around. That got blocked. Rebound in the near corner. Seamack. Near circle Seamack. High slot into the far point. Martin. Down low it goes. Back of the net. Pearson. Pearson couldn't center. Back of the net. Seamack lost it. Seamack far hash marks. Far point. Seamack hacked it to the high slot. and finally comes out. Here's Walker over the line right side. Walker to the far circle. Walker shoots. Couldn't get much of one off. And then he tripped up Seamack as he headed off. And the Wolves punch it down. John Anderson has his arms in the air looking for a call. And Steve Walker wanted one as well as he slams the door. And now McGuire will come over to have a word with the Wolves head coach. McGuire will let the players decide the game. Walker came across on Seamack. Dahl was also there looking around. Seamack gave him a hook. I think if Walker had taken a dive there, then we would have seen a call, but Walker remained up. Walker has been invisible in the finals with only one goal, and that a disputed one here at the Horizon when he kicked in. Drawn the near circle, the Wolves in. Kessa shoots wide. Boy, he got a lot on that one. Far circle now, Aldridge flipped it back a minute. Drulia, wrap around. Beauregard able to make the save in traffic, and then Crow punched Nardella. .750 remains in the second. We're scoreless. Detroit has played a better period here in the second. They've been more assertive, more aggressive. They've tried to come at the Wolves a little more. Still, they only have 5 shots, or pardon me, 6 now. Drawn near circle, one by Kesson, near point Aldridge. Shoots, Beauregard looked behind him, rebound, never got through. Squirts to Beauregard, and he's able to glove it Dominic Hasek style. And then Crow hit Nardella in the back as he got up. And McGuire will not issue anything. Beauregard now down on the ground. He's going to take his time getting up. Kessa has been awesome at winning faceoffs here in this game and throughout. Good job by the Wolves out in front. Marinucci, Breslin got on top of Beauregard just to make sure that one didn't squeak through. That's the first one that Beauregard has looked behind himself on. Now all of a sudden Detroit with 19 shots. I don't know where that came from. Drawn the near circle in the Chicago zone. Wolves win it. Martin rips it around. Oh, it almost hit Dwayne Joyce as he was heading off. Back of it. Malte touches, no icing, no. Apparently the Vipers touch first, and we get the call in favor of the guys in dark. John Anderson a little disgusted, as is the crowd. 7:33 remains in the second. We're scoreless. Both teams playing outstanding defensive hockey. The penalty killers have been superb. The goaltenders, excellent. The Wolves have actually slightly outplayed Detroit in that category. Dahl rolls it around to the near side. Held in by Herbers. Back of the net it goes. Drulia tries to center. Dahl knocked him down. Back of the net now Martin. Rolls it up the far side and out to center ice. Shaw flags it. Near circle Herbers. Drives it ahead. Gloved. Look out 2-on-1. Over the line left side. Kessa. Backhand. Beauregard the save. Rebound. Near circle Crow. Crow. Near point Herbers. Back of the net Martin. Swings it up the far side. Malte. Got it out. Crow waits for everybody to clear. And hacked one of his own players. And then Malte hit some of the Detroit players, but we have no call for too many men. Back of the net Martin. All of a sudden the Vipers getting stronger here in the game. Martin up the middle. Right wing feed Rogers. Backhands it out the center ice. Gruden drills it into the left corner. Back of the net Beauregard. Martin rips it up the far side and down the length of the ice. Reese will play it. No icing here. Reese up the near side. It's Savaglia, or pardon me, Beddoes. Had it stripped. High slot now Marinucci. Right circle Rogers. Shoots. Reese the stick save. Rebound over to the far side. Millimak went down low, and Presley avoids the hit from Rogers, and the puck pops out. So we get a stop. Well, a giveaway by Detroit in their own zone in the high slot. Mark Rogers couldn't get much on that shot. He'd been out there for a while. Jeff Reese forced to steer it over to the far wall. 6:14 remains in the second. We're scoreless, and then the other way, Kessa had a 2-on-1 opportunity and didn't really get much of a shot off as Martin played the man beautifully on a 2-on-1. The goaltender takes the shooter. Martin will take away the pass. Breslin, Guzmanov, and Marinucci now. Back on the blue line, Tilly and Nardella. Marinucci ties up for the faceoff, cannot get it free. Here's Savaglia flipping it ahead, and we have a stop in play. For what, I am not sure. 6:06 left in the second, we're scoreless. Now Jeff Reese has a conversation with Keith Aldridge, the Bloomfield Hills, Michigan native. Rob fired out just beyond the Detroit line. Breslin wins the faceoff from Savaglia. Nardella tracks back for it. Near point to Tilly. Ahead on right wing, Guzmanov drives it to the high slot in the Detroit zone. Aldridge plays it ahead on right wing. Walker flips it in. Guzmanov sets a pick for Tilly behind the net. Tilly rolls it around to the near side, and out it comes. Aldridge being hooked on the line right side. Guzmanov. Guzmanov right circle. Guzmanov stops. Got a poke check. He'll track back. Guzmanov top right circle. Guzmanov near side now. Marinucci right corner. Marinucci. Centers, Guzmanov kicked it toward the net, and he almost got to it, but Reese poke checked it away. Now over the line, left side is Aldridge. Beauregard plays it high off the glass near side, racing for Guzmanov. Tilly grabs it near point. Center circle blocked by Marinucci. Marinucci stops, starts over the line right side. Into the right circle, Marinucci. Herber steps into him, back of the net, Marinucci holds onto it. Now Seaman far side chases, but Presley gets there, and he'll hack it up left wing and back into the Wolves end. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the second. We're scoreless in game 7. Pearson, center circle, Seaman over the line, high slot. A drop to himself. Centers, back of the net, Pearson. Pearson taken down. Far corner now, Martins has Seaman out in front. Oh, he didn't see him. Centered Pearson off the side of the net. And now we have Presley and Pearson going tooth and nail in front of the net. The spotlight went on, and Kevin McGuire raised his hand, but I believe that one went off the side of the net. Presley and Pearson just going crazy in front. Presley came in, tied for the league lead in minors. Pearson fourth. Both men are going to head off. And we await the calls. 4:37 remains in the second. We're scoreless. Boy. Martins had Seaman out in front. Pearson then fired. It went off the side of the net. Potvin went to celebrate. He thought it went in. And then Pearson threw the hands right in Presley's face, and then Presley threw a right. And now Ian Herbers is going to have to head off at least to get some repairs. He's got some blood. And we'll see what gets called here as Herbers heads off. And McGuire talks things over with Julian. 4:37 remains in the second. We're scoreless. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Things get broken in hockey, like this. There may be a nose.
I'll give you the ID coming back.
When it comes to a move, roughing just isn't allowed. That's why the Wolves call on Federal Whalen Moving and Storage, agent for Allied Van.
Where's Baker?
Their relocation needs. The people of Federal Whalen.
See if you see him on the bench, please.
Share in the way they keep.
I'll help with Sal next break. Sorry.
What was that?
The pros of Federal
Okay,
Whalen
whatever.
your complete satisfaction. You can talk to one of Federal Whalen certified moving consultants about your specific relocation needs. Call 1-800-373-2200.
Let's pause 10 seconds for
exciting Chicago Wolves hockey on 92.7 WCBR-FM, Arlington Heights, Chicago.
4:37 remains in the second. We're scoreless. We have minor penalties to Pearson and Presley right now. So this will loosen up the ice. We have not had much of 4-on-4. We're scoreless with 4.5 minutes remaining in the second period. Shots dead even at 20. Oh, man. Draw will be in the near circle. LaRouche and Malte up front. Tilly and Nardella back on the blue line. Back of the net now. Shaw had a problem with the puck. Malte lines him up, spins him around, and out to center ice comes the puck. Julian Savaglia up front with Aldridge and Shaw back on the blue line. Up the middle, LaRouche, center circle. Over the line, right side. High slot, Malte, backhand, Reese the save. Rebound, Reese will gather in and then leave it. Behind his net now, Shaw, up the near side, Savaglia, forced. High slot, Malte right of the net, Tilly, high slot, LaRouche left of the net, Malte, too many passes. Far corner, Malte. Malte, far point, Nardella, shoots wide. Rebound to the near point, Tilly. Centers, Malte left of the net, Malte far corner. Shaw spun around, Savaglia can't jam it out, near circle, LaRouche. Far point, now Nardella, centers, Malte, returns, LaRouche, fired it just wide of the near post. Boy, and it was going slow. The Wolves working furiously. Finally, Aldridge gloves it out. Tilly, far point, Nardella. Remember, they're tired too. The Wolves get some new forwards on. Here's Nardella, up left wing, over the red line. Drills it into the slot, cut off by Jay. Jay behind the net, leads it into the near corner. Along the near side, Gruden took a shoulder from Rogers, and he fired it down. Martin chugs after it against Kessa, and he'll get there for icing. Pearson and Presley each off for roughing. 3:10 remains in the second. We're scoreless still. 33 seconds remains on those coincidental minors. And all of a sudden, the Wolves generating chances, but not too many shots on Jeff Reese. They had one just trickle wide. Rogers and Marinucci now out there with Dahl and Martin on the blue line. Jay and Gruden back on the blue line for Detroit. Remember, they do not play as many players as Chicago, so fatigue could become a factor in the third. Kessa is up front with Walker. Walker has had his problems defensively. Rogers will lean in, normally a winger. Wins it cleanly, near point down. Shoots off a skate and out to center ice. Martin will track it down, far point. Far circle now, and cuts behind the net. Let's Walker wind by. 21 seconds of 4-on-4 remains. Over the line now, high slot. It's touched by Dahl, and we have an offside. The fans would have loved that one as Rogers was camped out in front, but it was a broken play as it penetrated. 2:52 left in the second. We're scoreless. 16 seconds left of 4-on-4. The Wolves with the last change put Seamack and Martins up front with Tilly and Millimak down the blue line. Kessa and Walker up front, Aldridge and Shaw back in the blue line. Martins can't win it cleanly. Here's Kessa, 1-on-3 over the line. Shoots, Beauregard glove save, leaves it behind the net, and Millimak. Up left wing now to Tilly. Tilly leaves it for Millimak. Over the red line on left wing, over the blue line. Shoots, Reese, a pad save. Millimak, I think, wanted to try and get off, but can't. Over the line now, right side is Kessa. Had his stick tied up by Martins, and then Kessa just floored Martins in the far corner. Kessa still has Martins in a headlock. Play continues. Along the near side now, Tilly. Up the middle, couldn't get it out. Near circle, Beddoes. Beddoes, near corner, took a shoulder from Martins. He rings it around to the far side. Pearson couldn't get it by Jay, just on the ice. How many Vipers are out there? It's 5 because the coincidentals are over. That's why Pearson's out there. Well, you'd think after over 100 games I'd figure out the rules. And we have a hand pass, I think, issued on Detroit, and we also have some penalties. Beddoes is going to head off, and Martins is going to head off. With 1:56 left in the second, and the game's scoreless here in Game 7. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
If you play hockey for a living, we expect people to try to keep you from reaching your goals. But many other businesses, that's the last thing, especially from the practice.
men to the board.
At the LaSalle Bank, we do everything we can to take obstacles out of your way, to help get your company where you want it to go.
Man, that's gonna hurt tomorrow.
You can always count on us to be on your side. LaSalle, the bank that will.
Draw will be in the far circle, and the Chicago went four-a-side again. 1:56 left in the second. Behind his net now, Martin. Martin. Up left wing, hit Dahl in the skate. He grabs it, puck on edge. Right wing feet Guzmanov up the line right side. Cuts to the right circle, into the right corner, right of the net Guzmanov. Right corner Guzmanov, right circle. Couldn't get a shot off. Flipped ahead, and here's Savaglia. Center circle with Martin on him. Over the line, left side, Savaglia shoots wide. Rebound, Baker looking around. Baker backpedaling. Slides it ahead. 2-on-1 if the Wolves hurry. Here's Dahl over the line, right side with Guzmanov. Right circle, Guzmanov. Took a check, didn't get a shot off. Near circle of his own zone, Tilly. Tilly, center circle now, Nardella. Over the line, right side. Drops for LaRouche, right circle. Right of the net now, LaRouche. Center's blocked. Rebound. Back of the net, Aldridge. Kicking. Back of the net now, Malte. Under a minute to play here in the second. Malte. Far corner. Malte, far side. Far point. Nardella keeps it in. Oh! The linesman from across the ice said it skipped out. Well, right now the Wolves bench not complaining, so apparently a good call. Malte and LaRouche breathing heavily, working hard down low. Aldridge taking a knee. He's exhausted. 51 seconds remains in the second. We're scoreless. 55 seconds remains on the Miners. And now Drulia heads off early. Boy, I don't get that. I hope he's going in for a skate repair. I didn't see the Detroit equipment guy go off with him. Beddoes and Martins each off for holding, by the way, at 18:04. Draw fired out just beyond the Detroit line. Carson able to win it. He hasn't seen much ice here in this period. It's flipped into the Wolves zone. Near circle now, Nardella looking around. Backhands it ahead, Marinucci. Marinucci flips it on right wing out at center ice. Tilly jammed at it, and the puck is knocked underneath one of the fallen Vipers, so we get a stop. Who's that on the bottom? It's Wayne Presley. The ex-Blackhawk will apparently remain out there. Breslin and Marinucci up front, McDowell and Martin back on the blue line. Carson and Presley up front, Jay and Shaw back on the blue line for Detroit. Brought the near dot. Be on the Wolves line. Marinucci over the line right side. Bumped by Shaw. Near side. Breslin tries to dig it out, and it squirts back into the neutral zone. 23 seconds remaining here in the second. Presley on the line, left side. Had it kick off his stick. Dahl up the near side. Breslin swings it up the near side, made the safe play and got it down. It'll roll just behind the net. Jay touches for icing with 7 seconds remaining in the second, and the game scoreless. This Chicago Wolves hockey.
There's a lot to like at the Willow Creek Club.
Let me call for the ID, please.
Right, airy, and clear.
Sorry about that.
It's fine.
Like a good hotel, and our friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to help you achieve total fitness in body and mind. To find out more, call 847-698-2582 or visit them at 10225 West Higgins Road in Rosemont. Take a week and you'll see there's a fitness center that fits you better.
Draw will be in the near circle. The Chicago and Martins and Beddoes will be allowed to exit the surface because even if a goal is scored, they can't pop out. So off they go. Draw will be in the near circle in the Chicago end. Baker will step in against Savaglia. 7 seconds remaining here in the second. Savaglia wins it. High slot. Joyce shoots, blocked, rebound. Swatted by the Wolves to the near point. Joyce turns, shoots, blocked, rebound. That'll do it. Dahl and Gruden were locked up in the slot. Right as play expired, are we going to have a penalty on Dahl? Or are we going to have minors on both? It's going to be a cross-check on Kevin Dahl. So Detroit will start the third period on the power play. We're scoreless after 40 minutes in Game 7. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Please clear the ice for the sandbox. Thank you.
Family Video has the best video process. They taste just as good as regular Lay's. And because they're made with Olean, they're half the calories and 100% fat-free. New Lay's Wow. Life tastes good again.
More than ever this summer, Pioneer knew a little slow.
Game 7. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Please clear the ice for the sandbox. Thank you.
Family Video has the best video process. Wow potato chips. They taste just as good as regular Lay's. And because they're made with Olean, they're half the calories and 100% fat-free. New Lay's Wow. Life tastes good again.
More than ever this summer, Pioneer knew a little slow. Cookouts will outlast the charcoal. Softball games will outlast the beer. Because this summer, Country Time introduces new lemonade iced tea with a taste of good old-fashioned lemonade, mellowed by real good iced tea. Nothing can push the go-getter into kicking back with a tall glass of lemonade iced tea. New from Country Time.
Both teams getting ready to start the final 20 minutes of regulation in Game 7. We're scoreless, Wolves and Vipers. We will begin 4-on-3. 4 seconds remains on the minors to Beddoes and Martins. And right at the 20-minute mark, Kevin Dahl got a minor for cross-checking. So Detroit will start on the man advantage. It'll be a 4-on-3, at least at the beginning. Baker, Nardella, and Tilly out there for the Wolves. Savaglia and Walker up front with Shaw and Joyce. Baker forces the puck back into the far corner. Martins and Beddoes are out. Martins will head off, and Marinucci will head on. Right wing out at center ice. Walker kicks it in. Now Drulia. Drulia along the near side. Forced off the puck, and Baker whistles it down. Reese leaves it for Joyce. Joyce played maybe a shift or two in the second. So you wonder how cold his hands are. Nardella can't keep the puck. Along the near side, the Wolves ring it around, can't get it out. Far corner now, Drulia had it swatted away. Getting to it is Baker, and he'll drill it up, wrangling it out. 1:15 remains in the minor to Dahl. The Wolves change, the Vipers will change as well. Shaw behind his net, looks up, stops in the near circle. Long left wing feed Walker. Out of the line left side. Pounds it in. Back of the net, Beauregard has to wait for it. Ice may be a little wet here. Left of the net, now it's center. Kessin shoots wide. Oh! Now the puck in the far corner. Here's Martin up the far side. Shovels it ahead and is deflected out by Baker. Wow. I don't have a lot of hair right now, and that certainly didn't help me keep it on my scalp. 37 seconds remaining in the minor to Dahl. It's pounded in by Kluchik. Far circle the Wolves, fired up the middle, and Millimont gets it out. Now Kluchik cannot drive it in. Aldridge will. Around it comes to the far side. Millimont bangs it out to center ice. Here's Baker. Baker had it poke checked away. Center circle. Carson slides it in, picked off by Millimont, and he drills it down with 10 seconds remaining in the minor to Dahl. The Wolves have only yielded one shot on this power play. Aldridge spins. Kevin Dahl is out of the box. Over the line, right side, Beddoes coughed it up in transition. Nardella, right wing, Dahl. Over the red line, over the blue line, right side. Into the right circle, into the right corner. Centers, Malte kicked it wide. Far corner now, Bezo with it. Bezo shovels it over the glass into the crowd. And we have a whistle. Steve Malte knew exactly who was on the ice. He went to the net with Andy Bezo, who is not known as a good defensive player. And Dahl nearly set up Steve Malte for what could be a game winner. Oh, that one just deflected off a skate and wide. Draw will be in the far circle of the Detroit end. Martin, Seamack, and Pearson head out with Martin and Dahl back on the blue line. Back of the net, Shaw stops up the far side. Herbers golfed it out to center ice, cut off by Dahl in front of his bench. Drilled it ahead and back in it goes. Far circle, Shaw now behind the net. Stops and Martins waits out front. Shaw looking around. Shaw up the far side, bangs it ahead, and just by Dahl's skate and out to center ice. Now Martins lost it in the center circle. Savaglia had it poke checked away by Martins. Seamack over the line, high slot. Seamack far circle. Seamack had it swatted away by Jay. Back of the net, Jay leaves it in the far corner. The Wolves making some changes. Herbers now long right wing feed. Walker tips it in and he'll head to the bench. Millimak leaves it in the near corner. Kessa flies by along the near side. Pearson bounced it to the center circle. Backpedaling is Gruden. 16:50 remains here in regulation. We're scoreless in game 7, and then Crow and Podman collide in front of the Detroit bench. We get a stop and play. 16:48 remains here in regulation of game 7, and we're scoreless. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
At FedEx, they have over 38,500 trucks to handle your 2-day package. Cost up to $10. But at the U.S. Postal Service, they have over 200,000 trucks to handle your Priority Mail 2- to 3-day package, and Priority Mail only costs $3. So if your priority is saving money, why pay FedEx $10 when Priority Mail is only $3? What's your priority? Call 1-800-USPS. Priority Mail averages 2- to 3-day delivery. All rates based on 2-time published prices.
Well, Dan Kessa had an incredible chance out in front, and he whistled it just wide of the far post as Detroit was coming to the conclusion of their power play. Kessa scored the game winner in game 5. Of course, in that game, he had the benefit of Wayne Presley elbowing Stefan Beauregard in the head. 16:48 remains in regulation. We're scoreless. I talked with Wolves assistant coach Rich Cron before the game. I asked him if he'd ever played a game 7. Of course, he was with the Islanders when they went into quadruple overtime with the Capitals in game 7 and won that game. He said game 7 is like sudden death, and you get that feeling watching this game that the first goal is going to win it. Baruch deflects it in. Reese dives on it at the bottom of the far circle, and we get a stop. At least that's the feeling that I get. One goal will win it. Who's going to get it? Draw will be in the far circle of the Detroit end. Baruch will step on and take the face-off against Savaglia, who's playing a ton of time. Savaglia wins it. Behind the net, Shaw has Herbers in the far corner. Waits. Shaw just golfs it out to center ice. Cloutier taps it behind the net. Beauregard instructed to ring it around. Does. Back of the net now. Cloutier tries to center. Nardella steps into him. And we get a stop and play. What do we have here? Behind the play, Malte and Herbers eyeing one another. And we're going to have a slash. Are we going to have one on both guys? Yep. McGuire gives him the thumb, and in the box he goes. 16-16 remains in regulation. Scoreless, 4 aside now. See, McGuire really won't give one team the outright power play. He did give Detroit one at the start of the period, but I think for the most part he's going to even just about everything up. He does not want to be the decisive factor. Now granted, if there's something totally obvious, I think he will make the call. Now the officials are conferring on where the faceoff should be. And they're going to do it at the top of the near circle in the Chicago end. 23-22 are the shots in favor of the Wolves. Power plays dead even at 3. Scoreboard scoreless. Savaglia wins it. High slot Aldridge. Drills it left of the net. Beauregard deflects it for Dahl. Savaglia bothered by Dahl. Far point Aldridge rings it down into the far corner. Martin up the far side. Rogers shoots it out to center ice. Oh, just away from LaRouche. Near circle Aldridge looking around. Ahead on right wing. Rogers stripped Beddoes from behind. Then Beddoes stripped him back. Near side at center ice. Aldridge rips it around. Kessa deflects it into the slot. Here's Martin ahead. Martin kicks it to his stick. Right wing feed Rogers. Left wing over the line is LaRouche. LaRouche cross ice for Tilly. Fires it down behind the net. The Wolves will change. Along the near side, Beddoes on right wing. Beddoes to the center circle. Knuckles one in. Beauregard leaves it for Nardella, the Melrose Park native, who last year won a championship in the German League. Center circle, Guzmanov up the line, right side, Marinucci. Stop, starts right of the net, Marinucci, backhand. Reese watched it go through the goal mouth. He made the initial save, and then the Wolves swatted it free. At his own line now, Tilly. High slot, Nardella. Nardella moves up. Over the red line, over the blue line, left side. Nardella walks in, shoots, blocked. Rebound, far circle, Nardella centers. They score! Bob Nardella went to the far circle. After his shot was blocked, he centered it. Marinucci was right there, and he deflected it in. And the Chicago Wolves have taken a 1-0 lead in Game 7. For Marinucci, his 7th of the playoffs. It goes 5-hole against Detroit. His 4th. But credit the hustle of Bob Nardella and the hands of Chris Marinucci. And this crowd is standing up on their feet, waving their howling hankies. And you wonder how this has to affect the emotions of both.
Chicago Wolves goal, his 7th of the playoffs, scored by number 15, Chris Marinucci. Assisted by number 7, Bob Nardella, and number 21, Tom Tilly. The goal comes at 5:04.
Center circle, Dahl over the red line. He'll drive it down low. Now Seamack. Seamack in the slot, right circle. Martin centers. Seamack. He scores! A turnover by Detroit. A breakdown in their own zone. And Martin's found Seamack for the backhand top shelf. 2-0 Wolves. You gotta watch out after you allow a goal. You cannot break down mentally, and Detroit did. And it was Seamack taking the pass from Martins, going top shelf on Reese, just under the bar. 2-0 Wolves with 14.5 remaining in regulation. Breslin left side at center ice, flips it in. Behind the net, Joyce. Back of the net, he lost it. Here's Baker, walks out in front, wrap around. Baker has a stick. Taken from him, near side now, Tilly. The coincidental's over. Tilly left of the net. Tilly sweeps it out in front, and Reese able to make the stop. Two goals, 24 seconds apart from Marinucci and Seamack, has given Chicago a 2-0 lead early here in the third period of Game 7. And this play And Steve Ludzik wants a timeout to talk it over.
Timeout.
Marinucci has been exceptional in the playoffs, as has Bob Nardella. If there was a guy on the blue line that you needed to come up huge, offensively and defensively, it has been Nardella. Nobody questioned Tilly, Martin, Dahl, Millimak. You didn't know what you were going to get necessarily out of Bob Nardella. But he has been exceptional. His confidence is as high as it's ever been. And he creates the lead for the Wolves.
There's C-Mac. Assisted by number 26, Steve Martins, and number 4, Kevin Dahl. The goal comes at 5:28.
Far side of the Detroit zone. Drulia took a pop from Rogers. Back of the net now. Monte throwing the body around. Near side Shaw flips it up the middle, cut off. Detroit is not accustomed to playing from behind. Their system just isn't geared for it. They are a different team. Herbers up the near side. Drulia lost it. Center circle now. Tilly bounces it in the right corner. Short shifts for the Wolves. Behind his net, Herbers. Up right wing, Shaw. Shaw flips it in. Gloved by Dahl. Near circle Dahl. Back of the net Dahl. Shovels it over to the near side. Took a funny hop. Guzmanov. Long feed. Knocked down by Marinucci. Far circle now. Baker couldn't keep it in. Here comes Savaglia over the line, far side. Met by Guzmanov, and the puck floats out to center ice. Baker falls on it and then throws it on edge back to the Detroit line. 13:09 remains here in the third. 2-0 Wolves. Near point of zone J. Near side at center ice. Millimak throws it down low. This is going to be icing as Aldridge touches. Marinucci's 7th from Nardella and Tilly at 5:04. Followed by C-Mac's 9th from Martins and Dahl at 5:28. And the Wolves up 2-0. 12:56 remaining in regulation of Game 7. This is Chicago Wolves hockey. Play a minute, please.
Take off with Apple Vacation, America's favorite vacation company that's sunny Jamaica and shares the all-inclusive Poinciana Beach Resort, a part of the Sandals family. One top value, all-inclusive price by non-stop round-trip airfare from O'Hare. All meals, unlimited drinks, water sports, dining, entertainment, and a variety of activities. Backed on a listening fee, lounge at one.
What was that was dumped on the ice?
Drink at a sports bar. Ask your travel agent to book your Apple Vacation at Poinciana Beach Resort today.
12:56 remains in regulation. It's 2-0 Wolves. There's some debris that was tossed onto the ice in front of the Detroit bench. Looks like dirt. And shoveled up by Jimmy Santee, and he'll take it off. Alexander C-Mac with that goal, his 9th. He has 4 here in the finals, 7 points, and leads the Wolves, and a huge goal to get, because the Wolves can make a mistake and they can still win, but they can't make 2, and Detroit will come hard. Those 2 goals are the first that the Wolves have scored. First 2, or they've only scored 3, I should say, since Game 1. Right of the net now. Pearson with it. Couldn't get it out. Far circle. Aldridge's shot blocked. Beauregard looked behind him for a moment. High slot now. Savaglia. Center's blocked. Near point. Savaglia keeps it in. Centered. Martins slides it over to the far point. Jay. Right corner now. Walker back of the net. Nardella with it. Drills it up the far glass, and out it goes. I'll try and say that a little bit more coherently. Since Game 1, the Wolves have only scored 1 third period goal. That came in game 3. It belonged to Scott Pearson. It was a game winner. They had only 3 coming into this game. Detroit was the best third period team in the playoffs, but the Wolves were the best third period team during the regular season. Draw will be in the far circle in the Chicago end. Stefan Beauregard, by the way, just a moment ago, a spectacular save on a Keith Aldridge backhand. He got a lot of mustard on it. Now Drulia comes over to have a word with Kevin McGuire. Steve Malte over there to at least lend an ear. The Vipers have only 1 shot this period. That Aldridge backhand was it, while the Wolves have 6. Draw far circle. Now Cloutier shoots. Beauregard got a piece of that with the shaft of his stick. Near circle, Cloutier centers into the slot. Dribbled wide by Kessie. Didn't get much on that one-timer. And Beauregard able to freeze behind the far post. 12:15 remains in regulation. LaRouche will step in and take the face-off against Kessa. Detroit will have to take some chances now, although there is a lot of time. Far side, Kessa centers, blocked. Here's Malte up right wing now. Cut off center circle. Herbers over the line right side. Cloutier right circle. Back of the net. Herbers went in behind the net. Up right wing now. Rogers can't catch up to it. Detroit is going to send 4 guys down. Back of the net. Beauregard stops it. Martin to the near point. Shaw shoots, deflected. Beauregard got a piece of that one. Now near corner, Beddoes. Beddoes along the near side. Beddoes tied up by Martin. Malte tries to dig it out. He bangs it up the near side. Shaw pressed against the wall. The Wolves working furiously, and Martin gets it out. Up right wing out at center ice. Shaw flips it in. Potvin rattles it out. Left wing over the line now. Baker high slot. Breslin fires it over to the near post. Deflected by Reese into the near corner. Shaw drills it up the near side and out. And Potvin's going to get to it in the right corner. Potvin lost it. Presley centers. Baker right there defensively. He gave it up to Carson. Carson centers and Baker gets it again. Shovels it up the far side and then Bizzo hammered Baker against the wall. Back of the net, Jay touches in his own zone, and we have icing with 10:50 remaining here in regulation, and the Wolves up 2-0 here in Game 7. Faceoff will be brought into the far circle, the Wolves zone. Baker having a discussion with one of the linesmen. He's going to see a lot of ice time down the stretch. He's going to head off right now along with Marinucci. Baker, an outstanding defensive player, outstanding on the draws. Far point now, Aldridge. Drives it down behind the net. Beauregard had a little trouble getting back to the cage as Drulia popped it out front, looked to bank it in, but couldn't. And now we have a stop and play for an offside as Detroit fires it in before they had a chance to clear. Well, we were scoreless for the first 40 minutes, and then Marinucci at 5:04 and Seamack at 5:28 put Chicago up 2-0. Draw will be near side at center ice. Martins, Pearson, and Seamack up front. Savaglia, who has to be exhausted, will basically stay on the ice for almost the entire 10.5 minutes of regulation. Puck is fired down behind the net, and we have another icing as Gruden touches. 10:25 now remains in regulation. Heading into the playoffs, I don't think a lot of teams around the league respected the Wolves defensively. They respected their goaltenders, but they didn't respect how they played defensively. I think even some of the Wolves were worried about how they would play defensively. They finished about in the middle of the pack. A lot of that had to do with injuries and call-ups, and they were missing 3 key components in the blue line. here in the Turner Cup playoffs, and they've been exceptional. High slot Jay shoots. Beauregard, a glove save on that knuckler, and he's able to freeze. Bobby Jay, not normally known as an offensive threat, but he's going to have to be here. He's a steady stay-at-home guy. Savaglia keyed that by winning the faceoff. Beauregard giving a good look at it. I'll tell you, it's going to be nip and tuck all the way. 10:21 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. Draw near circle. Baker wins. Near corner. Tilley rips it around the far side. Rogers took the hit, and Baker will skate it out. It bounces to the near circle in the Detroit end. Shaw behind the net. Took a hit and got knocked down by Rogers. Rogers can't get to his feet fast enough to get the puck, and Detroit will come out 3-on-2. Savaglia over the line, high slot to Drew. Taking a hack from LaRouche. Back of the net now, Tilley. Tied up Walker's stick, centered out in front, and it skips wide. Drulia couldn't get that stick out in front of that biscuit as it rolled over to the near post. Now Nardella gets it out. Nardella left wing over the red line, over the blue line. He'll fire it down deep and head off for a change quickly. Herber's back of the net. 9:38 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. Shaw fires it down. Beauregard stops it. His team changes. Mark drills it up the near side. Baker flips it in. Marinucci digs, and apparently he didn't time it right. We have an offside. Marinucci wants to talk things over with the linesman. The faceoff will come back. .25 left in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. John Anderson, with the benefit of the last change, puts Martins, Seamack, and Pearson out there. Potvin and Millimak back in the blue line. Bezo out there with Carson and Presley. Carson had been playing with a more offensive-minded group, so it's going to be difficult for him to set up anything beautiful. Near circle, Bezo shoots. Behind the net it goes. Far side, Martins shovels it ahead and held in far point by Presley. Hacked out by Seamack. Good hustle there. Aldridge rips it around. Took a funny hop out in front and right to a Wolves stick. It's Martins leading it ahead. Seamack backhands it to the Detroit line. Carson feeds it ahead. The Wolves pick it off. Martins dumps it into the right corner. Seamack chases. Seamack centered out in front. Reese can't flag it. Now left of the net. Martins got knocked down. And it's drilled out to center ice. Here's Martin. Back at his own line near side. Bangs it ahead, and Martins deflects it in. Dwayne Joyce chases far side. Took a shoulder from Pearson. Martin chugs for it in the right corner of the Wolves zone. Martin took a shoulder from Kessa. Along the near side, getting to it is Baker. He has been everywhere defensively here in the third. Center circle now. Martin over the red line. Made the smart play and saucered one in. Gloved by Reese. 8:14 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. Out at center ice, Breslin got a piece of that long right wing feed. Beauregard back of the net, instructed to play it. Rolls it around to the far side. Kessa. A lot of Vipers down low. Gruden will be in the high slot. The Wolves kick it ahead. Here's Baker again, center circle. Baker over the line, right side. Baker, right circle, headed strip. And then he hammers Bobby Jay against the end boards. Cloutier over the line, high slot. Cloutier flipped it into the far corner. Back of the net, Beddoes. Right corner, Beddoes. Back of the net, Beddoes leaves it. Cloutier bumped into by Martin. Back of the net now, Gruden. Or pardon me, Beddoes over to the near side. Malte near hash marks. Flips it up the middle in the air to the center circle. Gloved by Shaw. 7:25 remaining, a giveaway, but LaRouche couldn't find it in the skates. Shaw got it back. Right wing over the red line. Herbers rips it in and around. It goes high to the far side. Swatted out in front. Near circle, Nardella looks up and golfs it to the center circle. It bounces in. Reese will stop it with the glove, and then Shaw took a whack at LaRouche. And then all of a sudden, Walker steps into LaRouche. Kevin McGuire right there. 7:07 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves here in Game 7 of the finals. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
Things get broken in hockey, like sticks, or maybe a nose or a tooth or two. But when it comes to a move, roughing just isn't allowed. That's why the Wolves called on Federal Whalen Moving and Storage, agent for Allied Van Lines, to handle their relocation needs. The people
You know
at
what? I
Federal
haven't
Whalen
even touched it much, but
care in the way they treat you and your possessions, whether you're just moving around a block or to the other side of the globe. The pros at Federal Whalen are committed to your complete satisfaction. To talk to one of Federal Whalen's certified moving consultants about your specific relocation needs, call 1-800-373-2200.
Judd Surratt back at the Rosemont Horizon. 7:07 remains in the 97-98 season. 2-0 Wolves here in Game 7 over Detroit. Marinucci and Seamack getting their 7th and 9th respectively at 5:04 and 5:28 of the third. Kevin Dahl and Matt Martin have played a ton of time here in the third and have throughout the playoffs. Neither of them are offensive-minded guys. They can give you the odd point here and there, but I don't think anybody has really addressed how strong they have been throughout the playoffs. Peter Savaglia shut down in this round. Andrei Vasiliev shut down in the last round. Jeff Nelson shut down in the second round. Greg Penkowitz scoreless in the first. And they had a big hand on that one. Behind the play, we have Pearson and one of the Vipers going at it. Now Reese steps in. It's Pearson and Aldridge. Kevin McGuire didn't see it as play was coming up the ice, but he's going to take both. Pearson has a laugh as he heads in. Aldridge, one of their offensive-minded guys, an excellent skater. That's going to force Bobby J or Ian Herbers to play beyond their capabilities to be an offensive factor. 6:53 remains in regulation, 2-0 Wolves. The Wolves, when they score the first goal, are 9-1. The draw will move over. I believe they're going to face it off at the top of the near circle in the Chicago end. The Wolves with 30 shots, Detroit with 26. The Wolves with 8 this period. The Vipers 5. They say it takes defense to win championships. Offense is nice, defense wins championships. The Wolves thus far have outplayed Detroit defensively, and they are just under 7 minutes away from the ultimate reward. Nardella up the near side as we play 4-on-4. Here's Martins over the line, right side into the right circle, walks in, shoots, Reese to save. Oh, and that saves the game. Center circle now, Gruden over the line, far side. To the far corner, he stops, centers in the slot. Kessa couldn't get the clean shot off. Martins bothered him from behind. Far corner now, Martins. Oh, he couldn't get the puck out. Kessa tripped up, centered, and Carson denied by Beauregard. Carson slipped the backhand low. The puck was on edge, and Beauregard right there to field it. Pearson and Aldridge each off for roughing at 13:07. 6:18 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. And if the Wolves might be getting slightly fatigued, if you hear that sound in the background, the roar of this building, and it has great atmosphere. That'll give you a little bit more in your legs. The Wolves fire it down the length of the ice, and Shaw will touch. So we have icing. Puck will come back the other way. 4 aside for the next minute 11. By the way, the Chicago Wolves are now accepting deposits for 98-99 season tickets. The Wolves offer 3 9 season tickets. Just call 1-800-THE-WOLVES. Draw will be in the near circle to Chicago end. Savaglia will lean in against Baker. Baker able to win it. Back of the net, Dahl. Up the far side. Skates it out. Gets a pick. Over the red line. Over the blue line right side. The right circle. Shoots. Went wide of the far post and out to center ice. Here's Shaw. Right wing feet Savaglia. Returns Shaw. Had it stripped by Dahl from behind. Right corner Dahl. Plays it around to the far side. Malte, the captain, on right wing. Shovels center circle. LaRouche couldn't tap it down low. Now Joyce pounds it into the far corner. Dahl with it. Dahl, back of the net. Slides it up the far side. Far corner now Martin. Back of the net. He plays it over to the near side. The Wolves making all the right decisions with the puck. Gruden chases in the left corner. Malte on his tail. His slingshot by him and get to it. Back of the net Malte. Gruden ties him up. Malte trying to wave at that one with one hand to center it. Couldn't. Out at center ice. Tilly plays the body on Walker. Walker had it poke checked away. Far circle down to the high slot. Joyce shoots. Beauregard, a stick save as Chris Marinucci got back defensively to put the stick down and bothered Dwayne Joyce so he couldn't rip one. 4:59 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. 6 seconds remains on the Miners. To Aldridge and Pearson. I'll bring you back to the horizon in a moment. This is Chicago Wolves hockey. I'll call for the ID.
At the LaSalle Bank, we do everything we can to take obstacles out of your way to help get your company where you want it to go.
Man, that's gonna hurt tomorrow.
You can always count on us to be on your side. LaSalle, the bank that works.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
You're listening to exciting Chicago Wolves hockey on 92.7 WCBR-FM, Arlington Heights, Chicago.
Jeff Reese is now on the bench for the extra attacker. Steve Ludzik is talking to one of the linesmen. This is Detroit going for all the marbles. This is Detroit rolling the dice. Draw will be in the near circle to Chicago end. Because there are 6 seconds remaining on coincidentals, it will be 5-on-4. The Wolves with the benefit of the last change get Dahl and Martin out there. Martins will take the draw in the near circle against Savaglia. The net to my left is empty. Martins wins it. Near corner Dahl. Rolls it around to the far corner. Herber's in deep. Breslin on him. The coincidentals are over, so Pearson and Aldridge are out. Centered out in front, deflected. Julia can't get his stick down high. Slide Savaglia had it roll out to center ice. And now Pearson is on top of Aldridge. They're not going to be able to drive it in yet. They do, and it's offside. Well, Pearson got tangled up with Aldridge out in front. Aldridge, because there were already 2 defensemen out there, just went right to the net as a forward. So Pearson had the opportunity to run into him and tie him up and made a savvy play. Wolves have really used their heads in this game. .435 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. Reese is back in. Martin, Seamack, and Pearson up front. Carson will get a shift basically with Presley and Kessa to rest Savaglia. See, this is the problem when you play Andy Bizo. It shortens your bench incredibly. Millimak chases it down behind his net. Pivots, throws it around to the near side, and Presley can't hold it in. Out at center ice near side, Shaw pivots. Oh, he got hit in the back of the head by Pearson. Along the near side, we have a couple of guys fall on top of the puck and a stop. Jeremy Millimak. Oh, and now we have a little skirmish near side at center ice. Remember, this game started, in fact, before the game even started, we had a fight, a brawl at the end of warm-up, instigated by Andy Bizo. Everybody came out of the locker rooms. Bizo was throwing punches, Dahl was throwing punches. Wendell Young came in and just hammered Rich Perrant. The officials had to come out. The coppers had to come out to break it up. And thus far, or since then, I should say, we have not seen that type of feisty play from Detroit. And they can't do it now with 4:10 remaining in regulation and the Wolves up 2-0. Jeff Reese is coming back to have something repaired in his crease, and John Anderson is livid, and I'll tell you why. Because Detroit has done this throughout the playoffs. What they do is they have a goaltender chip the crease to get a stop. Rich Perrant does it, Jeff Reese does it. John Anderson warned the referee, and all they're going to do is place some snow on top of it, and that's it. It's a tactic that Luncic likes to use. He likes to then throw the goaltender or switch goaltenders to buy his guys time. And Kevin McGuire will not allow it. And that's the problem if McGuire's the ref. And it's a good problem to have if you're the Wolves. In front of his net, Shaw. Just under 4 minutes remaining. Upright wing now, Drury. Tapped it in, the Wolves return it out. Malte flipped it to the near side of the red line. It pops into the air. LaRouche can't bat it in. Drury will. Slide of his own zone, Shaw. Upright wing, Drury. Frustrated throughout the series. He told me today if he is not an offensive factor, they can't win. Drury pops one into the right corner. Tilly back of the net. Reese off the ice. The Wolves cleared up the far side. Can't get it out. Now it's pounded to the high slot. Malte kicked it away from Presley. Everybody swarming on Presley. The Wolves can't get it out. But Tilly will up the far side. He banked it off the wall and into the neutral zone with 3:11 remaining in regulation. The net is empty to my left. Herbers fell down. Flipped it at Beauregard. Bo leaves it for Dahl near corner. Dahl up the near side. Couldn't get it out. Held in by Kessa. Shoots it off the inboards over to the far side. Baker is there and he flips it out. Here's Breslin racing for it. Herbers leaves it in front of his own bench. The Wolves can't steal. Right side of the line. Kessa lost it. The Wolves get it out. Left of the net. Baker shoots. Wide! No icing here. I think that grazed the outside of the post. 2:39 remains in regulation. Wolves. Over the line, high slot now. Cloutier lost it. The Wolves flip it to the right corner. Jay hammered by Dahl. Skip free. Carson fans in a one-timer. Shaw chases it down. Far circle now. Shaw in his own zone. Cuts behind the net. 2:20 left in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. The extra attacker's on for Detroit. Shaw fires it down, and we're going to have a two-line pass on Detroit. 2:13 remains in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
It's a lot to like at the Willow Creek Club. It's big, bright, airy, and clean, with amenities and services more like a good hotel, and our friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to help you achieve total fitness in body and mind. To find out more, call 847-698-2582, or visit them at 10225 West Higgins Road in Rosemount. Take a week and you'll see they're the fitness center that fits you better.
Draw at the near point in the Detroit zone. Reese is back on. 2:13 left in regulation of Game 7. 2-0 Wolves. Joyce flips it up in the air, gloved by Tilly, knocked down, and he'll pop one back in. Pearson over the line right side. Got it deep, and then threw Aldridge against the wall. Over to the near side. Here's Drulia. Can't get it out. Seamack keeps it in. Shoots. Gloved by Joyce. Joyce skates it ahead. Along the near side, Reese going to the bench for the extra attacker. The Wolves backhand it to the center circle. Savaglia over the line, far side. Now Kessa centers, bounces to Millmock, clears it up the far side. Seamack can't get it out. Far circle, Martins drills it off the end boards. Around it comes to the near side and out. Pearson swings it down on edge into the Detroit zone. 1:33 left in regulation. 2-0 Wolves. Up the right side, Kessa. Cross corner feed. Bo out to play it. Back of the net, he got lost. Far circle, Kessa. Centers, lost it. Here's Seamack up right wing. 3-on-1. Seamack can't center. Oh, and Detroit recovers. 1:14 remains in regulation. Far corner now, Presley. Centers off the side of the net. Now back of the net, Cloutier lost it. Near circle. Dahl golfs it into the air. Out to center ice. Seamack is going to get this one in the slot. Shoots. He scores! And the fans are on their feet here at the horizon as Seamack is mobbed. His second of the game. His 10th of the Mason and the Wolves bench celebrating. And Jeff Reese is back in with 58 seconds remaining in regulation, and the Wolves ahead 3-0. A 3-goal outburst by them here in the third period. Marinucci is 7th, Seamack is 9th, and Seamack is 10th.
His second of the game and 10th of the playoffs, scored by number 33, Alexander Seamack. Assisted by number 4, Kevin Dahl. The goal comes at 19:02. Wolves
Right
goal.
side at center ice, Beddoes flips it in. Potvin back of the net. Drills it up the far side and out. It bounces down. Reese is going to come out and touch it, so play continues. And they don't have to stay out any longer than they need to. Here's Aldridge up the middle. Everybody is on their feet. A standing O. Rogers flips it in. 31 seconds remains in regulation. Up the middle. Bezo lost it off his skate. And now we have a skirmish as Bezo wants to start something, and Potvin steps in. Boy, you would think Andy Bezo in a moment like this would show some restraint, show some discipline, and show some class with 20.4 seconds remaining. It has been a physical series, an intense series. It has not been vicious. And Bezo will head off the ice to the salutations of the near capacity crowd at the Rosemont Horizon. 3-0 Wolves with 20.4 seconds remaining. And the Wolves are up on their bench, encouraging the crowd, high-fiving. A hat just got thrown onto the ice, some more debris. And now Breslin gets bumped by one of the Vipers as he begins to celebrate. Beddoes comes over to have a word with Breslin, as does Aldridge. All three of those guys went to Lake Superior. Breslin winning the national championship for the Lakers in '88. Aldridge is going to head off. I think they're going to call a penalty on Breslin. Miners have popped onto the board for Potvin and Bezo already. Steve LaRoche waving those arms. Malte bats it in to the far circle, Herbers. Near circle, Shaw up the far side. Near side at center ice, Beddoes had it stripped. Gets it over the line, near circle, shoots. Goes behind the net. The crowd counts it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Chicago Wolves are the 1998 Turner Cup champions. Stefan Beauregard getting the shutout, making 29 saves. His first shutout of the postseason. And everybody comes off the bench through the dasher boards to celebrate this victory. The Chicago Wolves start the season with a shutout. They end the season with a shutout. They become only the 6th team in IHL history. 53 years to come back from a 3-2 deficit in the finals and win the championship. That's what happens. The final 3-0 Wolves over the Vipers. I'll bring you back for the post-game celebration. This is Chicago Wolves hockey. I'll take the speeches
party time
from there.
And there's no better way to celebrate than with ice cream treats from JMC Ice Cream Socials and Catering. Corporate picnics, fundraisers, birthday parties, sporting events, you name the occasion, and JMC will be there to serve cool, delicious ice cream. Let them bring your soft serve machine or set up to make your own Sunday bar. Call JMC Ice Cream Socials and Catering today at 847-498-6600. That's 847-498-6353 to book your date. Hurry, prime dates are booking up. Just imagine the looks on your guest faces when they get to enjoy cool, delicious soft-serve ice cream or get to make their own sundae. It's sure to be a smash. Call JMT Ice Cream Socials and Catering today at 847-498-6353. That's 847-498-6353 for JMT Ice Cream Socials and Catering.
Are you an inventor? Or do you know an inventor with lots of free invention tips? Call Invention Techniques Incorporated, one of America's largest invention service organizations, at 1-800-745-1982 and learn how to get your free tip. Call 1-800-745-1982. That's 1-800-745-1982. You'll learn how to patent your idea and submit to industry. Call 1-800-745-1982. That's 1-800-745-1983 for Invention Technician Corporation. You're stuck in traffic. A bus beside you. A cattle truck in front. No way out. Wouldn't it be cool if you had a special button hidden away in your dashboard? A button that could make traffic disappear. A button that could remove all obstacles in your way. Well, now getting gas at Shell can be that easy. We've made all kinds of improvements to make sure nothing slows you down. As for that button, our R&D folks are working on it. Shell, moving at the speed of light. Okay, smile. It's fine, just keep waiting.
Everything's doing fine back there.
Okay, then I was thinking you should let go. What's up?
Oh, Doc, let's go. I'd like to make my tennis net before.
Are you ready? Yes, you're ready. Let's be at the door, please.
You see, Doc, really. That won't be necessary.
Okay, then when I say push, it's a... Oh, it's a girl!
I gotta finish, Les. Hold on. After the game.
Yeah, another switch, in fairness. I can handle it. And another board. Unfortunately, things never come this easy in life. Unless, of course, you're trying to get wireless service.
We started the season with a shutout in Manitoba. 3-0.
It's prepaid service with no credit check, contract, or monthly bill. So
second series we've ended with a shutout.
Wireless anymore.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, if you could just wrap them up, we'll be on our way.
Cellular 123 prepaid wireless service. Call 1-800-CELL-1 today. Service terms and conditions apply. What do you do if handcrafted premium retail with an exceptionally smooth yet sexy still? One that's not far from mainstream logic but millions of miles from corporate Milwaukee stuff. What do you do with a smooth golden air that's becoming so popular people drive for miles around making things do because nobody's like just the game? What did you do? You buy Mickey Finn Premium Retail. Now in stock. Now in selected stores throughout Lakeland and Henry County.
The Chicago Wolves have won the IHL championship in 1998. They record a 3-0 victory over the Detroit Vipers in Game 7 to capture their first Turner Cup in their 4th season of existence. The house here is still packed. The Wolves still hugging, embracing, enjoying, and saluting now the crowd. They witnessed a spectacular game and a phenomenal season. This team has come from behind so often. It has been doubted so often. It has been maligned. It has been taunted. But each time, the Wolves respond. Nobody can understand how. Nobody is sure why. They see all the talent, but what they don't see is the character and the heart. That is ever present in this team. It runs throughout the organization, from the players to the coaches to the management to the owners. We will turn it downstairs right now to Andrew Monaco of Fox for the presentation of the MVP trophy and the Turner Cup.
It is time to hand out the hardware. With the presentation of the Bud Poile Most Valuable Player trophy for the MVP of the postseason. It is my privilege to introduce the Commissioner of the International Hockey League, Robert Ufer.
Thank you. The 1998 Turner Cup MVP with 2 goals tonight, 27 points over the course of the Turner Cup playoffs, Alexander Semak.
The commissioner comes over to present the trophy to Semak. Semak rarely smiles when he scores, but I noticed a distinct smile from him tonight. He says he needs to score the important one, the beautiful one, the substantial one. Both of his were enormous tonight. He was phenomenal throughout the playoffs.
It is what everybody plays for at the beginning of the season. Once again, IHL Commissioner Robert Ufer will present the Turner Cup to the Chicago Wolves.
This is what IHL hockey is all about. It was a great playoff series. It was a great final 7th game. The 1998 Turner Cup champions. 2 championships in 2 days. Congratulations, Chicago. Steve Maltai. This cup's for you.
The Wolves captain will come out and accept. Malte kisses the cup and will now pass it around. First to one of the other captains, Tim Breslin. He's going to skate it around the ice. Nobody has left here in the building. Now to Mark Potvin. He celebrates his 2nd championship, this one in the IHL. To Tom Tilley, who led all defensemen in the playoffs and scored more points from the blue line than anybody since 94-95. To Jamie Baker, his first ever championship. Chris Marinucci, his 2nd. He's the guy who had the game winner tonight. To Mark Rogers, who celebrates his 2nd. He won it in '96 with Utah. Exceptional throughout the playoffs. The war horse, Kevin Dahl, will not get it. He completely eliminates Peter Savaglia in this series. Other than game 2, scoreless. Matt Martin, his partner, will now carry it over to the near side at center ice as the cup gets passed from teammate to teammate. And they kiss that baby. Jeremy Millimak grabs it. He had to postpone his wedding. He was supposed to get married this past weekend. Over to Steve Martins.
With the victorious captain of the Chicago
Steve LaRouche, who he gets his 2nd.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. You know,
and now let's take it downstairs to Andrew Monaco.
Since day one. And look at this. It's crazy. Look at these fans. Unbelievable. They've been right behind us. Warm-up or chances. We won the cup. We won the cup. And here it is, baby. Here it is.
Steve, it really seemed like it was a total team effort for Chicago, not just in the playoffs, but all year long.
Oh, yeah. Since day one, I think Johnny stressed team first, and, you know, it pays off. I think we got some big goals from Chris Marinucci all throughout the playoffs. Alex Semak, you know, our line chipped in here and there. You know, total team effort from the trainers on down. We've always stressed we were one. People selling tickets in the office, you know, to the owners. We've got great owners, and, you know, I feel for the guys that have been here for 4 years, and this is what it's all about. It took me 9 years, but it feels great.
None any sweeter, huh?
Unbelievable.
You are one of those guys here for all 4 years, from beginning and now to a championship. What about building a championship here in Chicago?
Well, this city is crazy. I mean, you look at this. I've played in the minors a little bit, and you know, you're in front of 4,000 fans. And look at this madhouse in here right now. It's unbelievable. And the guys that have been here 4 years, we've went through a lot of tough times, but it's all worth it right now.
Congratulations. Go enjoy.
Thank you.
Steve Malte of the Chicago Wolves.
Right now in the cup is Bobby Nardella, the guy who started things for the Wolves offensively. He had a shot blocked with about 5 minutes gone by in the third period. He followed it into the far corner and centered it to Marinucci, who went 5-hole for the game winner. Now the owners will get a chance to raise it. Buddy Myers, who actually has not had a chance to witness most of the finals due to a health condition, he's fine, but he said there was no way he was going to miss this one. John Anderson now will hoist the cup, and we hear from Alexander Semak.
Of this tournament. Just want to thank you, all guys, all fans, and it's great to be champion.
How about these fans?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, special today.
Congratulations, enjoy.
Thank you.
Alexander
Semak told me before Game 6 he likes to call this guy Sergey back in Moscow, who's sort of like a good luck charm for hockey teams. And he takes it very seriously. It's not like it's a joke. Well, he called him again today, like he did before Game 6. Semak had the big goal in Game 6 to tie things up at 1 on the power play. And he put the Wolves ahead 2-0 and put an enormous jagger right into Detroit 24 seconds after the Wolves opened the scoring. The fans still on their feet as they watch the celebration, now at the high slot in the Detroit zone, just to my left. I'll bring you back to wrap things up on the postgame in just a moment. We'll take a look at the final scoring summary. This is Chicago Wolves hockey.
We're on the road with Budget. Find out how you make the world's greatest hamburger. Budget starts with fresh ground beef. Hamburgers in the top bun. Gotta have fresh baked bun. Jalapenos, jalapeno.
Now the home of the world's greatest hamburger is home of the world's greatest dinner platters, including steak. He serves up all your favorite.
Nice. The people at Federal Whaling will take exceptional care in the way they treat you and your possessions, whether you're just moving around the block or to the other side of the globe. The pros at Federal Whaling are committed to your complete satisfaction. You can talk to one of Federal Whaling's certified moving consultants about your specific relocation needs. Call 1-800-373-2200.
With over 1,400 locations nationwide, Jiffy Lube is all across America. Now we're celebrating the grand opening of our newest location. Stop by today and receive our complete fluid maintenance service. And you'll be satisfied with every part of our service, or we'll do it over. Plus, Jiffy Lube offers free fluid refills between every 3,000-mile visit. So remember to visit our brand new Jiffy Lube location today. Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change.
Scotty, get ready.
Jiffy Lube, Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana's favorite oil change. Drive in, drive out, drive on.
The most frustrating part of any project is busting your knuckles in tight spots. Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Craftsman stubby wrenches give you great access in tight areas without sacrificing your knuckles. Shorter than conventional wrenches, Craftsman's professional quality stubby wrenches let you get the bolts and nuts that longer wrenches are just too big for. Whether you're under the hood of that 56 Chevy or just tinkering with the mower, Craftsman stubby wrenches allow you to reach for more. Craftsman, only a Sears. The tools that make anything possible.
Judd Surratt back in the Wolves postgame show, where the Chicago Wolves have been crowned IHL champions in '98 with a 3-0 victory over the Detroit Vipers. Let's take a look at the final scoring summary of the season. The scoring summary sponsored by Sears Craftsman. We were scoreless after 1, scoreless after 2. Rich Crom told me before the game that his experience in Game 7s, it's basically like overtime. That you feel like any mistake that you make, any goal that you allow, that would be it. And that was the case in this Game 7. Beauregard leaves it for Nardella, the Melrose Park native, who last year won a championship in the German League. Center circle, Guzmanov, up the line, right side, Marinucci. Stop, starts, right of the net, Marinucci, backhand. Reese watched it go through the goal mouth. He made the initial save, and then the Wolves swatted it free. At his own line now, Tilly. High slot, Nardella. Nardella moves up, over the red line, over the blue line, left side. Nardella walks in, shoots, blocked. Rebound, far circle, Nardella centers, they score! For Marinucci, his 7th of the playoffs. Nardella and Tilly, the assists. Time 5:04. Marinucci scores 4 of his 7 goals in the finals. 24 seconds later, lightning struck again. Center circle down. Over the red line, he'll drive it down low. Now Seamak. Seamak in the slot, right circle, Martin centers, Seamak, he scores! Turnover by Detroit! A breakdown in the own zone! And Martin's back, Seamak for the backhand top shelf!
Once again, the souvenir stands will be
for Seamak, his first of the night. 9th of the playoffs. Martins and Dahl, the assists.
So
time 5:28. The Wolves were ahead 2-0.
And a reminder,
Steve Ludzik pulled Jeff Reese for the extra attacker in the final minute, hoping to get one on the board, hoping to chip away at the Wolves, hoping that they would buckle. Instead, Alexander Seamak put it away. Far corner now, Presley centers off the side of the net. Now back of the net, Cloutier lost it. Near circle, Dow golfs it into the air, out the center ice. Seamak is going to get this one in the slot. Shoots, he scores! And the fans are on their feet here at the horizon as Seamak is mobbed. His 2nd of the game, his 10th of the playoffs, and the cup cometh to Chicago. For Seamak, his 10th, Dahl the lone assist, an empty net goal, time 19:02. Alexander Seamak ends the finals with 5 goals and 8 points against the Vipers. There was only one thing left to play for after that. And the Wolves did not give an inch defensively. And Stefan Beauregard, who started his IHL season against Detroit by losing 5-3, shut him out here by making 29 saves. Now Shaw, up to the center circle, rips it into the far corner. Beauregard slows it, near corner, Nardella plays it up the near side. Near point now Shaw. Far point, Joyce shoots, Beauregard, a diving stop with the glove. He got to it before Drulia and keeps that one out of the cage. Beauregard was simply sensational. This was an even better performance than his previous 3, and his previous 3 were awesome. He now celebrates and will head off the ice. That's our Jiffy Lube save of the game. Jeff Reese, his counterpart, made 29 saves on 31 shots to suffer the loss. Final tally on the shots, 32-29 in favor of the Wolves. Each team 0 for 3 on the power play. The Wolves win Game 7 of the Turner Cup Finals with a 3-0 victory over the Detroit Vipers, becoming the 19th team in IHL history to come from behind when trailing 3-2 and the 6th team to win it in the...
Jerry, call home. Call home.
You guys Fox? You guys Fox?
Anybody can get a t-shirt? Okay.
Hi, Dano.
Mikey. Go, Wendell!
Johnny, Razor! Wendell, go play your themes there. Johnny.
Leave the music off for a minute.
Drink from it, fuck's sakes. Woo! Great. Do me a favor, go in and get those cigars. Just, you know what? Yeah.
Come on, get a little sip out of cup first. All right, Billy! Uncle Bill! One sip here.
Oh, it's all you, it's all you. All right, don't break the tea. Oh! Yeah, don't break the tea. What? Yeah! Oh, jeez. There's Johnny!
Yeah, baby!
Yeah! Joe, get yourself in there. Go ahead, Joe. Here you go, Joey. Get Joe in here. Joey, baby. There's a lot in there. That's good stuff. Woo! Patty! Patty Angle. Nice. Hello. Let me get some of this bitch. Cabernet.
Mr. Press, get Mr. Press.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold. All right. Hey. Yeah, baby. There's some left. There's got to be some left. Get this thing out of there.
Let's put some good
there, baby.
Huh? Put some good stuff in there. There you go.
Go step in the glasses.
Here, put some good stuff. Come on, Dad. What about me? Hey, Dan, get out of the way. Go ahead, baby. Easy, babe. Is it full enough?
Get in there, Donnie. That's the sweetest drink I ever had. I hope so. That means
Get a shot. Any more left in you? Holy shit!
That's it, Gino. All right. Hey, gang! Can everybody get up? Just leave the players in here for like 2 or 3 minutes. That's all right. Everybody up. 2 or 3 minutes. Just 2 or 3 minutes.
Let's go. Wait a minute.
Just 2 or 3 minutes. He's coming back. Yeah, just stand in that. You can get, did you get everybody else coming? You win? Good job. What's up, Pop Daphne? Can you take it from window? Turn around. Just the players.
We gotta get Nick ready. Who's got stogies? Players only for a minute.
Players only for a minute here, boys.
Please.
This is for Wolves TV, is it, Cole?
No, just, I want you guys to step over for a minute. Just for a minute.
Thank you.
Let me give the doc one. Try getting myself one. Hey, Wendell.
Hey.
Where you get those cigars? Mike, where's the cigar?
I don't know who got it. I didn't get one.
Ross, did you get me?
Hey, can you drink? Get over it. Get over it.
Not my cup. You got beer in it. You got to put Diet Coke in it. Oh, it's great. Woo! Who's got my 3-pack? Mike. Yeah. Beer.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
After 4 rock beer. I need a beer bad. You fast.
Aaron, what's your head?
Hey, you get that? 4 years, baby. Gotta get everybody wet. Here we go. Here we go.
Ross, get closer, Mom. Get closer.
Keep filling. Keep filling. You called me.
Go, 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 go.
John,
Well, if you gotta get a drink out of the cup, Billy!
oh, man.
Watch your hands.
Joseph.
Thank you very much, man. It's been a fun year.
Okay, Bill. All right, you gotta sign it.
Hey! Billy! Lisa, go for it.
Next year when they're on the show, do the TV guys get free? Can we do, hey, I'm in the show. What's the show up for? Everyone. Congratulations, baby. Get to work.